an EPA-approved environmentally friendly herbicide.
Hi, I'm Brian with the Lincoln County Weed and Pest. All controlled knapweed by digging it.
If you like the area you live, if you like the wildlife, if you love the beautiful valleys around us, we really need to stop this spread. As a concerned citizen of Lincoln County, do your part. Stop the spread of this invasive species.
At First Bank of Wyoming, we know you're more than just a number. We know the important numbers that matter most, the ones that tell your story. From starting your financial journey to planning for your first home and reaching your family's financial goals, we're here to celebrate your story, not just your transactions. From milestones to memories, we're here to celebrate every moment that counts. When you bank with us, you're part of a community that cares about every number that counts. First Bank of Wyoming, where you're more than a number.
Star Valley Sports on SVI are presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisors Kyle Terry, creating tailored solutions to address your financial needs, and by Rusty's Tree Service, the tree removal experts. Call 248-2442. Kodiak Mountain Resort is expanding with an indoor heated swimming pool, hot tub, and a new large play set for the kids. These new additions will be for guests only, coming in 2026. Visit KodiakMountainResort.com for reservations. B&H Auto in Afton has been serving the Star Valley community for over 10 years. With a qualified and trained staff, you can trust B&H Auto for brakes, maintenance, repairs, tires, and more. That's B&H Auto on the north end of Afton. Service you can ride on. Get to know your 2025 Star Valley Braves, presented by the University of Wyoming. Just visit SVInews.com/football roster for pictures, details, and more. That's SVInews.com/football roster.
At Fall River Propane, we're not just your propane provider. We're the ones who make sure life keeps moving. Fall River Propane. Experience the difference.
Where do legends come from? Some start as dreamers, even after they're turned down again and again. But everyone deserves a chance to prove themselves.
You know, this is the place that gave me an opportunity to come here and play the game that I love.
At the University of Wyoming, we're the team that believes you can do anything. This is where underdogs come to shine and where real MVPs are made.
Live coverage of Star Valley Sports on the SVI Sports Network is made possible by TerraPower, a nuclear innovation company. The Right Company, your local siding and gutter experts. Call Ready Mix, located north of Afton. Miles Beverage, proud to sponsor Star Valley Sports. Hillam Orthodontics, generations serving generations since 1966. And by Star Valley Glass and Lock, automotive, residential, and commercial glass. Discover the thrill of adventure with Salt River Motors, your go-to destination for Polaris side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and sleds. Gear up with premium off-road gear and accessories. And when you are on the road, Salt River Motors keeps you moving with a full automotive service department for tires, shocks, brakes, and comprehensive repair and general maintenance. Visit Salt River Motors on Highway 89 south of Etna or online at saltrivermotors.com.
Ever wish you could be the boss of your home Wi-Fi? Well, with Home Zone by Silver Star, now you can. It's like having your own Wi-Fi command center right in your pocket. Whether it's setting up a guest network for visitors, controlling what your kids can access, or checking your connection speed, Home Zone has you covered. With Protect IQ, you'll have a virtual bodyguard for your Wi-Fi, blocking unwanted threats before they reach your devices. Home Zone by Silver Star. Wi-Fi control, coverage, and security all in one.
Drive your career forward by joining the LCSD2 Transportation Department. We're now hiring for part-time bus aides starting at $16.75 per hour. Full-time route drivers earn $22 per hour, working only during the school year. Substitute driver and substitute aide positions are also available. Explore these rewarding opportunities and become a vital part of our education system. For more information, visit lcsd2.org and click Job Openings. That's lcsd2.org and click Job Openings.
Miles CPA is your trusted partner for all tax-related matters. Our professional and qualified accountants ensure you keep and get back as much of your hard-earned money as possible. Whether you're an employee or business owner, rely on our tax experts for precision and expertise. Visit us in Afton or Alpine, or call 307-885-0055 to schedule your consultation. Secure your financial future with Miles CPA.
Friends are always with me. We sing, we dance, we laugh, we are happy every day. Have fun with us, let's say happy, 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 happy. Happy.
The internet may connect us, but human connection brings us together. Silver Star Internet. Better connected.
In healthcare these days, you just don't find a place like Star Valley Health. We really do focus on providing the best care.
Our employees take so much pride in their positions. They know that if their kids get sick, if they get sick, if somebody gets in a car accident, that there is that personal tie.
They get to see the change that they make in their life, so it's fun to be involved.
Are you sidelined by a sports-related injury? At Alpine Foot and Ankle, Dr. Andrew McCall specializes in treating ankle sprains, Achilles injuries, chronic ankle pain and instability, flat feet, and heel pain. Dr. McCall's expert care ensures you get back to your active lifestyle quickly and safely. Don't let foot and ankle issues hold you back. Visit alpinefoothandankle.clinic to learn more. That's alpinefoothandankle.clinic.
At Western, students don't just earn degrees. They experience growth, friendships, and opportunities. Western Wyoming Community College. Enter here with passion and leave with purpose.
Silver Star is proud to announce a new service, Smart Town Wi-Fi. In partnership with the City of Afton, Silver Star is now offering a free, secure Wi-Fi experience in the City Park and downtown corridor of Afton, Wyoming. More locations will roll out soon, so register your device and experience the difference with Silver Star's Smart Town Wi-Fi in Afton. To get started, visit silverstar.com/smarttown. That's silverstar.com/smarttown.
There's no place to enjoy the fall season like Alpine, Wyoming. Enjoy fly fishing on the Salt and Snake Rivers, camping and hunting up the Grays in the Wyoming Range, hike the trails in the Bridger-Teton National Forest, or bring your off-road vehicles and enjoy the backcountry. And with plenty of lodging and dining options at affordable prices, you just can't beat the fall season in Alpine. Experience the fall season like Mother Nature intended in scenic Alpine, Wyoming.
Discover the convenience and reliability of Star Valley Disposal and Royal Flush Septic for all your waste management needs. We offer comprehensive services, including residential and commercial trash removal, septic pump outs, and a variety of porta-potty options with optional cleaning schedules. Trust us for efficient and professional solutions. Visit starvalleydisposal.com to schedule your service. That's starvalleydisposal.com.
This is the First Bank of Wyoming Countdown to Kickoff, live on the SVI Sports Network. Stop by your local Star Valley branches in Alpine and Afton.
Live from Star Valley High School on a homecoming afternoon. It's the Braves facing on the visiting Powell Panthers, live on the SVI Sports Network and the First Bank of Wyoming Countdown to Kickoff. Duke Danson, Dal Erickson here with you today, and now we had a lot of rain earlier today, and now the clouds have parted for now. We're seeing sunshine and blue skies, still a chance of rain later on, but boy, the Star Valley Braves been gearing up all week long on homecoming week. The crowd is here. We're ready for Game 2 in conference play.
Well, whoever was in charge of the weather, you crushed it. It was wet. It was cold. You thought we were kind of bracing for it all day, and now it has cleared off. What an absolutely gorgeous day for some high school football here in Afton.
Now, of course, still a threat of rain later on. We'll keep our eyes on it. Right now, the National Weather Service showing about a 45 or 50% chance of thunderstorms when we hit 6 o'clock tonight. Kickoff time at 5 p.m. should be right around 60 degrees under partly cloudy skies, so we'll see what, if any, impact weather may have in a homecoming matchup tonight. Star Valley goes into this one on a program record-breaking 26-game win streak, and of course coming off the win against the Jackson Bronx last week in the conference opener.
It's a really fun game for the guys, and 1-0 in conference, and it really means it a little extra bit because it's a rivalry game, but then you jump right into homecoming week. They've been having a blast, and just a reminder though, it's only a fun week if you win the game at the end of it, and I'm sure they've had that conversation today too.
Powell Panthers, a young team. They're actually coming in this one winless. A loss to their rival in Park County last week, 56-13, the final in that one against the Cody Bronx. This is a young Powell team that's hoping to find their identity as the season progresses and get ready for when their team maybe develops and grows up a little bit.
Yeah, this is a team that, and there's a lot of pride in Powell, a lot of state championships. They've been to a lot of state title games. They've been to the playoffs a ton of times. And firmly in rebuilding mode right now, but look into the future, and they'd love nothing more than to come in and have a great day here against the reigning champs.
It's all part of the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff. Homecoming for the Braves as the crowd continues to filter in on what has become a fairly sunny afternoon, at least for right now. Coming up in the pregame kickoff coverage, we'll have Jake Hibbard with your studio report. Crimson Corner, Roundup, Tidbit of History, recap the rivalry. We have your sideline report and records watch ahead of the keys to the game, national anthem, and your starting lineups as well. When we come back after the break, I have the chance to catch up with Star Valley senior Aliyah Matawatia and get his thoughts on the Powell Panthers and introduce you to big number 0. It's the senior spotlight next, and the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff on the SVI Sports Network.
The leaves are falling, and so are our tire prices. Right now at Point S Tire and Auto Service, save up to $200 on select Falcon, Toyo, Nexen, Hankook, and Nokian tire. Whether you're taking a scenic drive, heading to football games, or making the daily commute, we have the right tires at the right price with no stress. Stop by PointStire.com or your local Point S today.
No stress with Point S.
In the American West, some properties are more than just land.
They are legacies. Austin Callison and Andy Neild, licensed across Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming, specialize in marketing iconic Western properties, and their expertise is evident in the sale of the historic CK Ranch, spanning over 6,500 acres just south of Jackson, Wyoming. Trust the team that knows the land. Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land.
At Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, safety is our top priority, not just for our employees, but for their families too. Our commitment extends beyond the workplace as we proudly support and contribute to the local community in meaningful ways. We're more than just a mine. We're a pillar of strength for those who live here. Discover how we make a difference at Simplot.com. Join us in fostering a safer, stronger community. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine.
It's our senior spotlight on the SVI Sports Network, and Star Valley High School senior Aaliyah Matauatia joining me today, and we get to meet Aaliyah a little bit today. Aaliyah, let's start with the rivalry game against Jackson last week. You get that first conference game win. What was your favorite moment maybe last week in the Jackson game? Do you have one?
I'll probably have to say trucking people on tank a lot. I heard that a bunch of their line told me that I'm not that good, so I'm just show them who I am and how Braves is.
Awesome, love it. How about this week? You have a homecoming against Powell. Anything you guys are specifically working on this week in practice?
Yeah, right now we're trying to focus on some plays from Powell from last year, and we're trying to learn some new stuff for next week because our big game next week. But yeah, this week I know that Powell's not that good, but I'll say it's just a small team, and yeah, we can take over them.
And of course, it is homecoming week. What's been your favorite part of homecoming so far as a senior this year?
Probably playing beefcake and enjoy the bond between me and my brothers and friends. Yeah.
Great. Aaliyah Matauatia joining me today on the First Bank of Wyoming Countdown to Kickoff for the Senior Spotlight. All right, tell us about your background, where you're from, and how long you've been here in Star Valley.
I moved from American Samoa in 2023, so it's been 2.5 years, I guess. And it's been the best feelings when I come here, but yeah.
Now, you mentioned you like trucking people. I mean, you blocking in the open field has got to be scary for the defense. But you've also been able to run the ball a couple times and made the most of it. Now, there was a run last week where you were 20 yards down the field, dragging people behind you. What do you like most? The pancake block in the open field or dragging people behind you carrying the football?
Probably trucking people because some of the edges from different teams are low-key scared to go against me, so yeah, trucking people.
Love it. How about when you're not playing football? Do you have other hobbies? What else do you like to do?
I'll probably say play rugby. Rugby is my second sport back at the island, so I kind of enjoy it. Yeah.
Okay. What's harder, football or rugby?
I'll say football because you have to learn the plays and stuff like that, but rugby just mentality, I guess.
Yeah. Awesome, Aaliyah. How about in school? Do you have a favorite class right now that you're taking?
First say English. Well, it's not my own language, but I just kind of enjoy it because it's learn something different.
Okay. How about after high school? Do you have plans, or what would you like to do when you graduate?
I'll probably have to play college football. I got couple offers, but yeah. Rather than we take me.
Awesome. Now, of course, we won't talk about the offers, but right now, if you could pick anywhere in the country to go play college football, where would you like to go?
I'd rather say Penn State.
Okay, that'd be a big one. I love it. Aaliyah Matauatia today on the Senior Spotlight. All right, couple more questions, Aaliyah. How about your favorite movie?
I would say Pacific Rim, because they're bunch of big giants go fighting against kaiju and monster. So yeah.
That's fantastic. How about favorite breakfast cereal? Do you have one of those?
Lucky Charms.
Nice. No hesitation on the Lucky Charms. That's Aaliyah Matauatia, our Senior Spotlight on SVI.
I think being in a small town, you just
really care and you take more pride in the work that you do because you're working with your neighbors. These are people that you see out in the community. You know, you see them at kids sporting events and parent-teacher conferences and the grocery store. You know, these are our neighbors.
One of the reasons that people also come back to us is they trust us because we are friends, we are family. And so I think there's a lot of trust in the community.
The Bank of Star Valley would like to congratulate Kyan Watson for being Man of the Week. Congrats, Kyan.
Kyan Watson, son of Stacy and Kevin Watson, running back and middle linebacker, senior, hometown at Wyoming.
T again, the fullback. Right up under pitch to Watson. In, standing, touchdown Braves.
Hi, I'm Jason with the Weed and Pest, and I'm going to do my part to spray knapweed with an EPA-approved environmentally friendly herbicide.
Hi, I'm Brian with the Lincoln County Weed and Pest. I'll control the knapweed by digging it.
If you like the area you live, if you like the wildlife, if you love the beautiful valleys around us, we really need to stop this spread. As a concerned citizen of Lincoln County, do your part. Stop the spread of this invasive species.
At First Bank of Wyoming, we know you're more than just a number. We know the important numbers that matter most, the ones that tell your story. From starting your financial journey to planning for your first home and reaching your family's financial goals, we're here to celebrate your story, not just your transactions. From milestones to memories, we're here to celebrate every moment that counts. When you bank with us, you're part of a community that cares about every number that counts. First Bank of Wyoming, where you're more than a number.
Live on Swift 98, SVI Media, and the SVI Sports Network. This is Star Valley High School Sports and the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff.
Always a little extra fun on a homecoming day, and the Braves getting set to take on the Powell Panthers. And a crowd that's ready to watch some football here to cheer on the home team on homecoming night. Star Valley coming into this one 1-0 inside of conference play with the win over Jackson. The Powell Panthers 0-1 with a loss against the Cody Bronx. Let's take a deeper dive into those standings. Week 2 of conference play already has some teams feeling on the ropes about their playoff positioning. This week, Jake Hibbard looks at the week's matchups and what to expect tonight. Here is the Lincoln County Weed and Pest Studio Report with Jake Hibbard.
Thanks, guys. Well, last week's 3A games were all blowouts except for one. The Saturday matchup of Green River and Evanston, which Green River won at home 28-21. Evanston and Green River are fighting for a playoff spot, and I think one will get in at the other's expense in the number 4 seed by the end of the year. So Green River getting that win, a big edge early on in our 3A West Conference season. Jackson lost big to Star Valley last week, but they did put up 19 points, including an opening drive that ended with a touchdown. And I think the speed of Jackson's receivers will actually lead to a couple of breakout plays to help carry them to a win over Green River tonight. As Cody is in Evanston, the Bronx through 4 games look like this offensively. You see their total yards per game, 765 against Riverton, 699 last week against Powell, and 676 against Buffalo. Evanston, meanwhile, struggled slowing down Green River last week, so I think this one should be over pretty early. On the east side, Riverton hosts Buffalo, and the Wolverines seem to be that true third contender for a state title in 3A this year. Hunter Saltzgaver is averaging 7.5 yards per carry on the ground, and senior quarterback for Riverton, Blake Gantenbein, continues to make great decisions as he's completed 67% of his passes with 10 touchdowns to just 1 interception. And in our only ranked game in conference tonight, it's number 5 Douglas at number 4 Lander. I'm not really sure where the edge goes tonight, but I'm going with Lander because they're at home, and in my opinion, they have the 2 most explosive players in the game in running back Brayden Baker and wide receiver Finn McFadden. And after tonight, just 3 games left on our regular season schedule, so whoever's sitting 0-2, well, they'll be really scrambling to get into the playoffs. Final 3 games on the schedule. That's it for me for now. I'll send it back to the field for your homecoming match.
Oh, Coach, it's our homecoming game.
Thank you, Jay Kibbard, with the Lincoln County Weed and Pest Studio Report. Help keep Star Valley beautiful. Please spray knapweed at your homes and businesses. Contact the Lincoln County Weed and Pest for the details. Tonight, it's Star Valley and Powell on the Braves' homecoming. It's the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff on SBI Sports.
Star Valley Sports on SBI are presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisors Kyle Terry, creating tailored solutions to address your financial needs. And by Rusty's Tree Service, the tree removal experts. Call 248-2442. Kodiak Mountain Resort is expanding with an indoor heated swimming pool, hot tub, and a new large play set for the kids. These new additions will be for guests only, coming in 2026. Visit KodiakMountainResort.com for reservations. B&H Auto in Afton has been serving the Star Valley community for over 10 years. With a qualified and trained staff, you can trust B&H Auto for brakes, maintenance, repairs, tires, and more. That's B&H Auto on the north end of Afton. Service you can ride on. Get to know your 2025 Star Valley Braves, presented by the University of Wyoming. Just visit SVInews.com/football roster for pictures, details, and more. That's SVInews.com/football roster.
At Fall River Propane, we're not just your propane provider. We're the ones who make sure life keeps moving. Fall River Propane. Experience the difference.
Where do legends come from? Some start as dreamers, even after they're turned down again and again. But everyone deserves a chance to prove themselves.
You know, this is the place that gave me an opportunity to come here and play the game that I love.
At the University of Wyoming, we're the team that believes you can do anything. This is where underdogs come to shine and where real MVPs are made.
The countdown to kickoff is made possible by First Bank of Wyoming, your home for totally free personal and business checking. Visit gofirstbank.com.
Thank you for joining us on our homecoming broadcast tonight. Countdown to kickoff time presented by First Bank of Wyoming. We're about 16 minutes away from starting this one off as we have a great crowd and more still coming in homecoming tonight with the Star Valley Braves taking on the visiting Powell Panthers. Duke Dance, Dal Erickson here with you. Dal, let's check that Crimson Corner with the help of Teton Tactical Supply.
Well, looking at the Crimson Corner today, cross country ran yesterday at the Bob Conley Invite. That's in Pocatello, where both the girls and boys teams placed third. Volleyball played earlier this week. They defeated Preston 3-1 on Pink Night. And earlier this week, the Star Valley JV football team defeating Evanston 38-0. That's a look at your Crimson Corner from Teton Tactical Supply.
Follow them on Facebook for their page and join the Teton Tactical Facebook group where they raffle off tactical gear and guns with limited tickets for fair odds. Just search for Teton Tactical Supply on Facebook, locally owned in Star Valley. How about that roundup with the help of Sunrise Engineering?
Well, starting in 4A, number 4 Cheyenne Central is the latest team to see if they can end that streak for the Sheridan Bronx, which I believe stands at 47 games. Kelly Walsh is at East, Campbell County at South. The Mustangs are in Laramie, and Rock Springs at Thunder Basin. You got this game here in Afton. Number 2 Cody is down the road a piece in Evanston. Buffalo is at number 3 Riverton. Got a ranked matchup between Douglas and Lander. Green River's up the canyon in Jackson. Rollins at Torrington. A couple of finals in the 2A West. Number 2 Mountain View rolling over Pinedale 41-14. And number 3 Thermopolis knocking off number 5 Cokeville 28-13. That was the Panthers' homecoming there earlier this afternoon. And then a little later on, kicking off at 6, you got Lyman at Kemmer. That's the Ranger homecoming. And that's a look at your Sunrise Engineering Roundup.
Creating solutions that work and relationships that last. Visit sunrise-eng.com. That is sunrise-eng.com. We'll have the presentation of the colors here in just a few moments. In the meantime, it's Tidbit of History presented by Star Valley Medical Supply. Real answers, honest service, and quality home medical equipment. Find Star Valley Medical Supply online at their brand new website, starvalleymedicalsupply.com. Tonight with the tidbit of history, SVI Media's John Little takes you back to the 2013 girls basketball program at Star Valley High, which won a state title. Here's John Little and today's tidbit of history.
Coach Robert Erickson says he hasn't coached a team as balanced as the championship-winning 2013 Star Valley girls basketball team since. But the Lady Braves faced challenges along the way. 2 early injuries, a stress fracture and a broken thumb forced them to adapt. Coach Erickson moved small forward Abby Nickel into a guard role. He says Nickel adapted really well to the role, but figuring out roles once the injured players returned wasn't easy. After a regular season loss to Lyman, the Lady Braves found their groove again and beat Lyman handily in the playoffs. Coach Erickson says Star Valley played selfless basketball all season. It wasn't about individual points, it was about making shots. Different players had big nights all along the way. Players say their chemistry came from closeness off the court. Forward Lexi Erickson says most of the team had played together since they were 5. Every week during the season, they broke down film over breakfast, cooked by Coach Erickson himself. Soon, the Lady Braves worked their way to the title game against undefeated Douglas. Players say news coverage framed the match as David versus Goliath, but players say it never felt one-sided. After all, they had beaten Douglas the previous season. Point guard Haley Harper, known as Haley Greenwood in high school, says the team felt extra pressure to win. Just days earlier, Cole Battleson's buzzer beater sealed the boys' 3A championship. The Lady Braves struck first, taking the lead in the opening quarter. Douglas pushed back, but Star Valley built a double-digit cushion going into the third quarter. The game plan? Go right at Douglas star Cassidy Scott. By the second half, she had fouled out after a 12-point performance. Douglas cut the lead to 5 points. That was the closest they'd get to a win.
Good indicator.
Greenwood's 24 points and 5 rebounds kept Star Valley in control.
Get a few threes in the final minute.
The Lady Braves closed it out 56-46. The win marked just the 6th time in Star Valley history that both varsity basketball teams captured state titles in the same year.
John Little with the Star Valley Medical Supply tidbit of history. It's all part of the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff. Your home for totally free checking, where free really does mean free. Visit gofirstbank.com. But now let's take a look at this rivalry between Star Valley and Powell and recap it with the help of the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office.
Looking at the rivalry, this game dates back to 1976. Overall, Star Valley leads this series 35-14 here in Afton. Pretty one-sided. The Braves lead at 20-3. The last time these two programs met was last year in Powell. The Braves won that one 42-7. Looking at the trends, definitely skewing Star Valley's way in recent history. They've won the last 4 and 9 of the last 10. That's a look at your rivalry from the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office.
Remember, when you're impaired, do not get behind the wheel. Drinking and driving, just don't. This message presented by the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office. Still to come in our countdown to kickoff coverage, we do have Amelia Kazer on the sideline. Get Coach McKay Young's thoughts on the game tonight, homecoming night against the Powell Panthers. We'll also have that records watch, keys to the game, national anthem, and of course the varsity roster still to come for Star Valley as well. Mr. Sand and the Marching Braves, we'll see them at halftime. They performed at Madison High School in Rexburg last week. Had a great performance against some real tough competition. Their state event coming up in a few weeks. But being homecoming now, we're going to see them perform. We'll see the cheerleaders, the Brave Cadets. It's the whole homecoming festivities at half today.
Well, this is why it's such a great core memory for a lot of people. Homecoming is something that the kids and the people around will be remembered for the rest of their life.
Let's send it down to the field for the presentation of the colors made possible in our broadcast by Hastings Ace Hardware. The national anthem and the colors being presented at midfield as part of the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff.
Powell and Star Valley. We invite you to join us in honoring America as we present the Star-Spangled Banner, performed by the talented musicians of the Star Valley High School Band, led by Kirk Sand.
Phoenix Hovey, quarterback, son of Nate and Brianne Hovey, senior, Alpine, Wyoming.
Kyan Watson, son of Stacy and Kevin Watson, running back and middle linebacker, senior, hometown F, Wyoming.
Nathan Hatterley, son of Colter and Amanda Hatterley, running back and middle linebacker, junior, Bedford, Wyoming.
I'm Will Linford, son of Sam and Lisa Linford, tight end, defensive end, senior, Afton, Wyoming.
Cooper Lancaster, son of Aaron and Anna Lancaster, wide receiver and DB. I'm a senior, and I'm from Smoot, Wyoming.
Roman Erickson, son of Scott and Brittany Erickson, junior, wide receiver, outside linebacker, Dry Creek, Wyoming.
Preston Ross, son of Mike and Robin Ross, receiver, safety, senior, Smoot.
Travis Thompson, son of Kyle and Aaron Thompson, junior, wide receiver and corner, Fairview, Wyoming.
Eliam Tautil, son of Lydia and Eliam Tautil, running back, DN, fullback, senior, American Samoa, doing Setonga.
Caleb Erickson, son of Barton Janet Erickson, running back, defensive back, senior, Bedford, Wyoming.
Eli Christensen, son of Joe and Danae Christensen, senior, play center, defensive end, and I'm from Afton.
I'm Will Walker. I'm son of Richard and Trista Walker. I play outside linebacker and guard. I'm a senior this year, and I live in Fairview.
My name is Ryan Talbot, son of Ashley and Todd Larson. I'm an O-lineman. I'm a senior, and I'm from Alton.
My name is Dane Jensen. I'm son of Wade and Deanna Jensen. I play O-line, D-line. I'm a senior, and I'm from Afton, Wyoming.
Kevin Philby, son of Jane and Frank Philby, O-line and linebacker, junior, Afton, Wyoming.
I'm Tate Lawson, son of Heath and Heidi Lawson, tight end, safety, senior, Afton, Wyoming.
Crew Don Joy Morgan, son of Christian and Leanne Morgan, wide receiver and outside linebacker, junior, Afton, Wyoming.
Zach Thompson, son of Kenny and Ginger Thompson, wide receiver, DB. I'm a senior, Star Valley Ranch, Wyoming.
My name is Dax Button, son of Ashley and Kevin Button, wide receiver, DB, junior, in Star Valley.
Dylan Hershey, son of Mark and Krista Hershey, strong safety and running back, senior, Freedom, Idaho.
That's the varsity starters for the Braves, presented in the broadcast by Mountain Star Products, plumbing supply, gravel, sand, topsoil excavation, road building, and equipment rental on Rocky Road in Afton. Dal, it is homecoming. One of the cool things Coach Young always does is he recognizes a former team during homecoming week, and tonight that team is being recognized at midfield.
Yeah, he's invited the back-to-back state championship members of the 95 and 96 teams to come back and address the team, which they did a while ago, and then be honored here before the coin toss.
So that's happening right now. Let's go down to the field with the Miles CPA sideline report. Locations at Afton and in Alpine. Call 885-0055. Amelia Kazare had the chance to catch up with Coach Young and get his thoughts on the Powell Panthers. Millie.
I asked Coach what his strategy is going into this homecoming game. He said he just wants to see all the boys give it their all. Homecoming always brings tons of extra energy, so I asked how he wants to see the players use that energy out on the field. He said the whole week has been leading up to this game, and the boys are ready to play this game against Powell. Back to you.
Thank you, Amelia Kazare, with the Miles CPA sideline report. We do have Claire Myers also on the field. We'll go down to her in just a few moments. But first, Al, let's check that records watch with the help of Star Valley Disposal.
Well, looking at the records tonight, with 33 receiving yards, Cooper Lancaster would become the 6th Star Valley player to reach 1,000 yards for his career. Cooper's 5 catches last week put him at 60 for his career. That's good for 7th all time. And with 255 passing yards today, Phoenix Hovey would become the 7th Star Valley player to throw for at least 1,500 yards in a season. That's a look at your records watch, brought to you by Star Valley Disposal.
Residential, commercial, construction, and septic services. Visit StarValleyDisposal.com. That is StarValleyDisposal.com. Back down to the field where Claire Myers had the chance to catch up with Powell Panther head coach Chase Kistler and get his thoughts on taking on the Braves in Afton. Claire.
Thanks, guys. I had the opportunity to interview Coach Kistler and ask him a few questions. I asked Coach what he was able to do early this week to prepare his team for this homecoming game, and he said that the Panthers trained hard and worked on all the things that they needed to do to prepare. He hopes that his boys will be able to stay motivated on the field and off during the game, and he hopes that the Panthers will be able to learn from this game and keep getting better each week. We're so excited to watch this matchup and can't wait to see how it turns out. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Claire Myers, with the Miles CPA sideline report and the thoughts of Coach Kistler of the Powell Panthers. Again, Miles CPA in Afton and Alpine. Call 885-0055. Now the coin toss happening right now at midfield.
Just want to give a shout out. That's Robert Linford doing the coin toss there. Robert was the head coach and of the Braves all through the 90s and the late 80s. Went to the title game 8 times in 9 years. He was a coordinator before that. He's the all-time winningest coach in Star Valley history for girls basketball. He's in the Wyoming Hall of Fame. When you count his time as a player, as an assistant, and as a coach, there's probably not another person more responsible for any more state championships than Robert. He's definitely right up there anyway, being honored today.
And the coin toss. Did you catch it?
I was too busy talking about Robert. I apologize.
All right. We'll get the signal from the officials. Star Valley appears to be on the south, with Powell going to be on the north. It's all part of the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff. Again, you're home for totally free checking. Visit them online at gofirstbank.com. That is gofirstbank.com. How about the keys to the game with the help of SVI News?
Powell did win the toss, by the way, and deferred to the second half. Looking at the keys to the game, Braves need to come out and execute and grab the early lead. That's key number 1. Key number 2, when you got a good play, turn it into a great play. Maybe a 4-yard gain into a 10-yard gain. They need to do a lot of that tonight. They can't afford any turnovers. 0 turnovers tonight. And don't get caught looking ahead. We know that next game next week is up in Cody against the Cody Bronx, and what a big rivalry that's been over the last decade. Don't get caught looking at that game tonight. And that's a look at your keys to the game from SVI News.
Have you downloaded the SVI News app? It's free on Android and Apple devices. Just search for SVI News in the Android or Apple store. Of course, now as we just get about ready to have the starters announced on the field here at Braves Field on a homecoming night, we expected maybe some cloud cover to move in, and that's exactly what happened about an hour ago. We did have a lot of blue skies, now seeing some more cloud cover. Currently, the National Weather Service saying about 60 degrees here at almost kickoff time, and a 50% chance of seeing some scattered thunderstorms through the 5 o'clock hour, and that'll continue to about a 40% chance of rain here in the upcoming 6 o'clock hour tonight for this one. So we'll keep an eye on the weather. It is October after all, and sometimes you play in the rain. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's one of the old school folks. It's football weather. Folks like me, I love football weather. So yeah, you might get a little bit of it tonight, and hopefully it'll lay off a little bit, but you may have to deal with it.
Now, of course, these starters being announced at midfield on homecoming. We do have a really nice crowd here as expected tonight at Braves Field. Now let's talk about this Star Valley Braves squad. They're coming in 5-0, the top-ranked team in the Wild Preps coaches and media poll in the 3A class. A program record 26-game win streak in place right now. What are you seeing from this year's Star Valley Braves squad that has impressed you up to this point so far?
I think the the thing that stands out to me the most is how deferential they are to their own teammates. We've talked about it all season long. This is a huge senior class. There's 28 seniors in this program, and probably 3/4 of them got very limited playing time last year, if any at all, and they've waited their turn. And then you look at the size of that class, there's only one football, as they say, and yet you look at what happened last week. You had these different kids scoring touchdowns. People are excited for their teammates to get a chance to score, to carry the ball, to get a catch, anything like that. I think that's part of what makes the Braves so successful in the last decade plus, is that they've been so differential to each other as a team, and this team really has that.
Of course, we'll continue to see the likes of Phoenix Hovey at quarterback, and he has all kinds of weapons just going down the list. Some of the bigger playmakers so far in the season: Cooper Lancaster, Dax Button, Zach Thompson, Roman Erickson, of course. Travis Thompson's really come alive. Caleb Erickson getting more and more. Sam Gaskell, Kyan Watson, Nathan Hatterley, and then you have the likes of Will Linford and Tate Lawson as tight ends. You have kids like Ryan Talbot blocking up front, and then you look on the defensive end, and you're talking the season Crew Morgan has had so far in the year, and Elijah Matauatia, of course, out in front blocking and playing on the defensive edge. Now the list just goes on of talent and what this team has brought so far.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and as I said, the fact that you've got a class that's that big with that many playmakers that are all saying, hey, you have a turn. No, you have a turn. I'll block for you. That's really what's helped them build this streak like they have. Coach Young brought this up a couple weeks ago in that soda game, Duke. These kids that are seniors, they've never lost a high school game. And we're not talking just at the varsity level. We're not talking varsity level. We're talking all the way through. They figure out a way to get it done. And I think this staff kind of trusts them to go do that in games like this.
That's it for the First Bank of Wyoming Countdown to Kickoff, where you're more than just an account number. Visit your local branches in Alpine and Afton and at gofirstbank.com. Homecoming in Afton tonight. Braves in their crimson, and the visiting Powell Panthers sniffing a big upset. If they can pull one off on homecoming in Star Valley, the Braves 5-0, the Panthers 0-5. It is going to be Powell kicking off to Star Valley from north to the south. And once again, Dax Button on the right side to return, along with the extremely dangerous Cooper Lancaster on the left side hash mark. Kicking off is Ivy Agee for the Powell Panthers. He'll get the whistle. Number 1 checks the line. He'll run, and homecoming's underway in the football game. It's short, fielded on the bounce by Lancaster at the 5. Left side to right side, 15, 20, has an edge. Cooper cuts back to the 40. Lancaster 45, hurdles to the 50, 40. Cooper's gone. A homecoming kickoff return to start the game of 95 yards up the right sideline. And without a snap of the football, the Braves lead early, 6-0. No flags.
Well, Cooper makes that look so easy. He did last year along with Bryson Neal. Gets just a wall of blockers. He almost is methodical the way he makes his way through the defense sometimes, and really getting it done here, and finds his way for 95 yards.
Caught it on the left side hash on the bounce. Had a great wall of blockers escorting him into the end zone on the right sideline. Cooper will take his spot at the 10 to hold the PAT, and Tate Lawson will look to boot this one through with the Braves up early 6-0 on the opening kickoff return for touchdown. Here's the snap, hold, kick. It is good, and the Braves up 7-0 right away on the SBI Sports Network.
Live coverage of Star Valley Sports on the SBI Sports Network is made possible by TerraPower, a nuclear innovation company. The Right Company, your local siding and gutter experts. Call Ready Mix, located north of Afton. Miles Beverage, proud to sponsor Star Valley Sports. Hillam Orthodontics, generations serving generations since 1966. And by Star Valley Glass and Lock, automotive, residential, and commercial glass. Discover the thrill of adventure with Salt River Motors, your go-to destination for Polaris side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and sleds. Gear up with premium off-road gear and accessories. And when you are on the road, Salt River Motors keeps you moving with a full automotive service department for tires, shocks, brakes, and comprehensive repair and general maintenance. Visit Salt River Motors on Highway 89 south of Etna or online at saltrivermotors.com.
This is Reese Heibel, class of 2016, state champs in 2015. Happy homecoming and go Braves.
Reese Heibel, one of the great alumni who is making a homecoming appearance on our broadcast tonight. A couple state titles under his belt. The Braves off to a great homecoming start as a 95-yard kickoff return for touchdown from Cooper Lancaster opens the game. Now the ensuing Carpus Plus color tile kickoff from Tate Lawson. Filled it at the 5, a reverse handoff to Frank. He goes left sideline and is tackled around the 25-yard line. Brock Frank gets the handoff after the kick return, and it's 1st and 10 for the Powell Panthers offensively.
You know, a couple notes on Reese. Reese was the first quarterback for SVI Media Video Streaming. He was a junior and then his senior year, of course, so he had to deal with that. He was the first one to deal with us, and then also was the quarterback as the Braves broke that 19-year state championship drought in 2015.
We'll hear from more of our alumni throughout the homecoming broadcast tonight as the Panthers come out with split backs. Quarterback Tanner Seifert will be under center. Turn handoff to the left back. He's tackled at the line of scrimmage, falling forward for a 1-yard gain on the play. The carry to Lincoln Crawford.
Elia Matatia and Crew Morgan in on that tackle. They're going to give him 1.
Sets up 2nd down and 9. 11-19 remaining in the first quarter. Can't say enough about that kick return. Lancaster had to hurdle over a tackler about the midfield line to get up the sideline, but what a job by the blockers to create the wall for him to find. Split backs again. Handoff now going from right to left on the handoff and split backs, and now again just another 1-yard gain. Well, it will give him about 2 for the Powell Panthers to set up 3rd down and about 7.
Bottom of the pile there was returning All-Stater Ryan Talbot and also Will Linford.
3rd down early for the Powell Panthers against this Braves defense. If you remember, Star Valley gave up an opening drive touchdown last week against Jackson. I assume Coach Kelly Merritt has requested they not do that today. Looking for a 3-and-out against Powell if they can do it on homecoming. 28-yard line for the Panthers. This time we'll see same formation, 2 receivers, 1 on either side. Under center again is Tanner Seifert. He'll turn, play action, roll out right. Under pressure, throws in the flat, and in between 2 receivers. I think he may have been trying to go to Bronk Frank or Pratt Wembeek. It goes in between the 2 of them, and it's 4th down.
He rolls out, there's pursuit, which is obviously tough enough. But then I also think Seifert saw Mason Pack. He was breaking from his position, and I think if he had thrown that where he wanted to throw it, Mason Pack would have been scoring on defense, and so Seifert did what he could and just tried to find another area for it.
Punt return team out for the Braves now. Thompson standing in between the hashes at the 34 with Lancaster on the right hash at the 35. Punt is going to go to Thompson. He'll field it at about the 37. He'll come to the left side, look for a wall to the 40. 50, Lancaster leading, huge block! And it's going to be a flag on the play, a 25, or the punt return all the way down to the 35. There was a huge hit, but I think they may get that one blind side. And the penalty flag sitting at the 40. That was a massive collision. Thompson upended about the 35-yard line.
You saw him go flying there. It's actually going to go against the Braves, this flag.
Yeah, it's going to be a blindside block against Star Valley.
Yeah, well, I think the guy who made the tackle was number 30, Tyler Wenzel. And here's a look at this play again. This is actually the kickoff for the touchdown on the previous kickoff.
So that's going to negate quite a bit of that nice return for Tanner Thompson. And instead of having it 1st and 10 at the 35, still good field position. Braves will have it 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Braves leading it 7-0.
So if you're one of those people that on your bingo card you had the Braves getting a penalty before they had any offensive plays, you just won. Congratulations.
They're going to have Kyan Watson, the tailback, with Phoenix Hovey playing in the shotgun. Watson to his right side hip. Man in motion is Erickson from left to right. Set up a heavy formation right side. Hovey pump fakes, rolling out, sets. Fires deep, goes to Cooper, and he'll have it at the 25-20 and tackled inside the Riverside Dental Crimson zone. Lancaster, 2 big plays, the kick return touchdown, and that nice one down the sideline to set up 1st and 10 for the Braves.
The Braves have two of maybe the best high point receivers in the whole state. They got Cooper Lancaster and Roman Erickson. We've seen them both do it a bunch of times over the course of their career.
That will be a Star Valley Orthodontics first down. Now Star Valley goes no huddle, spread offense. 4 receivers with this time Nathan Hatterley in the backfield, right side hip of Hovey. Hovey will throw, steps up, end zone, caught, touchdown! Falling down across the goal line is Travis Thompson. 2 plays and a touchdown for the Braves right down the field. 2 passes and they go 55 yards and 9:15 remaining in the first quarter. Braves up 13-0.
Yeah, you had the 38-yarder to Cooper Lancaster and then this 17-yarder. This one a pretty good rope to Travis Thompson, and the Braves are rolling early.
Tate Lawson with the ensuing PAT after the touchdown. Low snap, but collected. Kick looks good, and it is 14-zip Braves on homecoming early in the first. SBI Sports.
Ever wish you could be the boss of your home Wi-Fi? Well, with Home Zone by Silver Star, now you can. It's like having your own Wi-Fi command center right in your pocket. Whether it's setting up a guest network for visitors, controlling what your kids can access, or checking your connection speed, Home Zone has you covered. With Protect IQ, you'll have a virtual bodyguard for your Wi-Fi, blocking unwanted threats before they reach your devices. Home Zone by Silver Star. Wi-Fi control, coverage, and security all in one.
Drive your career forward by joining the LCSD2 Transportation Department. We're now hiring for part-time bus aides starting at $16.75 per hour. Full-time route drivers earn $22 per hour, working only during the school year. Substitute driver and substitute aide positions are also available. Explore these rewarding opportunities and become a vital part of our education system. For more information, visit lcsd2.org and click Job Openings. That's lcsd2.org and click Job Openings.
Ensuing Carpus Plus color towel kickoff from Tate Lawson after Travis Thompson gets into the end zone on the touchdown reception. Here is a ball bobbled by the returner, but Frank will get collected, and he can't get back to the 15-yard line. Only a 1-yard return by Brock Frank on the bobbled return, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Powell Panthers. Let's go to Jake Hibbard for a studio report. An update on Cody Evanston. Jake. Another time. Here we go. Powell Panthers 1st and 10. Down in a hole early up, or trailing 14-0 against Star Valley. Shotgun this time for Seifert. Man in motion. Throw ahead to the motion man. He'll break 1 tackle but can't get away from the rest of the posse. Braves are there. Hard tackle as the helmet comes off of Lincoln Crawford. He's tackled behind the line for a 3-yard loss.
With the run right side, loss of 3 on the play.
So I believe, he has to come out for at least a play.
Down and 12.
Got a substitution coming in.
Tackle made by Star Valley's Travis Thompson.
Braves defense all over him there. Travis Thompson leading the way.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 now for Powell. They were 3 and out on their first possession. And deep in their own territory here on their second against the stingy Braves defense. Once again, Seifert in at quarterback, in motion. Left to right, here's a handoff right up the middle though, but nothing going for Tyler Wenzel. And he's tackled at the line of scrimmage, maybe even a half-yard loss to bring up 3rd and really long.
Crew Morgan, Nathan Hatterley, Will Linford combining on that tackle.
Tackle made by Star Valley's
8 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Ball back to the 9-yard line. Spread offense now for the Panthers.
Powell 0 for 1 on 3rd down so far.
Man in motion. This is Foley in at quarterback. He's going to run. Now looks to throw. Hit as he throws it out of bounds. And Karcher Foley has it knocked away and incomplete out of his hands to bring up 4th down, and the Panthers will punt again.
So looking at the stats from wildpreps.com, Karcher Foley has attempted quite a few passes this year in a backup role. 11 of 24 coming into this week. That one falls incomplete, so not a huge surprise to see him in there for that package, but no success, at least on that play.
Braves have had some good special teams so far. Of course, the kickoff return, and then a big one from Travis Thompson was wiped away from a blindside block penalty, but from inside his own end zone, Powell will punt. This is going to shank off the left side of the foot, go out of bounds around the 40, and the Braves will have good field position from there.
They're going to spot that ball at the Powell 42, and the Braves offense will come out. Preston Ross, I'm seeing Preston out there. He played for the first time last year, number 2, and seen him out there again this week. He had to miss some time with injury, and he's going to be lined up here as part of the 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen.
Lancaster flanked wide to the right with Kyan Watson, the lone tailback. Trips left side for Hovey in the shotgun. Braves have run 2 offensive plays. They have a touchdown on a kickoff return and a touchdown reception. They lead at 14-0. Ball spotted on the Powell 42-yard line, 1st and 10, 7:35 to go in the first quarter. Watson will set up to the right side hip of Phoenix Hovey. Hovey will throw. 2-step, 3-step, pump fake, fires, goes deep again, looks for Ross. He'll come back and almost caught it, but couldn't haul it in. Will drop incomplete. Good coverage downfield by Lincoln Crawford of Powell to stick his hand in there and knock it loose.
Yeah, I thought Ross was going to come up with this, but Crawford does a good job of getting his arm into the breadbasket and ripping through there to make sure Preston couldn't bring it in.
Sets up 2nd down and 10, 7:31 to go in the opening quarter. Roman Erickson flanked to wide to the left. Ross remains in the game as the slot left side. Lancaster again on the right. Hatterley in the backfield with Hovey to throw. Looks to his right, to the sideline, caught by Lancaster, ducks out of bounds near the yard to gain. The official will spot him out shy of that by about 3 yards to the 35-yard line. 3rd down and 3 to go for the Braves on offense.
You know, Duke, sometimes once in a while I'll run into an old-timer and I'll say, there's just not school spirit like there used to be. The heck with that. This week has been a phenomenal homecoming week in terms of school spirit.
Full crowd, all the cheerleaders, student section, band. We'll see a lot of performances at halftime today. 3rd and 3, Hovey to throw, sets up the screen, and too much on it off his back foot. He was being chased, tried to get it to Nathan Hatterley, over his head and incomplete to set up 4th and 3. Braves will go for it here from the Powell 35.
That was good pressure from Powell, number 30, Tyler Wenzel. Called his name a couple of times. Senior linebacker, he foiled that play.
Empty backfield for Phoenix Hovey. Trips to the left, 2 receivers to the right. They spread out the Powell defense. On a 4th down and 3, Hovey calls for the ball. 3-step drop, fires, goes to Thompson, caught at the 15, 10. Defense won't catch him, and on 4th down, Travis has his 2nd touchdown reception of the game. There is a flag, though. They may be getting Travis for an offensive penalty here. Maybe he pushed off. The flag sitting at the 13.
I think the Braves have been kind of getting away with that here early on. I think Cooper might have got away with that too.
Oh, they're going to call it on Powell.
Well, then now we're going to get in trouble.
So they're going to call defensive holding on the Panthers. And that will be declined, of course, and give Star Valley the 6 points. Thompson in the end zone, his 2nd reception for 6 points tonight. The Braves all over Powell early, 20-0, 7:15 still remaining in the opening quarter. Here's the snap, hold, Lawson's PAT is good. 21-zip, no, it's missed it wide right. So 20-zip, Braves on SVI.
Miles CPA is your trusted partner for all tax-related matters. Our professional and qualified accountants ensure you keep and get back as much of your hard-earned money as possible. Whether you're an employee or business owner, rely on our tax experts for precision and expertise. Visit us in Afton or Alpine or call 307-885-0055 to schedule your consultation. Secure your financial future with Miles CPA.
I'm Jeremiah Jensen, class of 1995, a member of the 1993 state championship team, and an all-state quarterback and defensive back on the 1994 team that was picked to finish last, but proved everyone wrong and won a conference title. I want to wish the Braves the best of luck against Powell, beat the Panthers on homecoming, and they're going to make history and bring home a 4th consecutive state title. Go Braves!
The great Jeremiah Jensen of KSL. He's a Star Valley alumni. Appreciate him taking time to join us as part of our homecoming broadcast tonight. And Dal, it is all Braves right now. 20-0 Star Valley early in the first.
Dude, we haven't even played the first half of the first quarter yet. Yeah, this one, the wheels are coming off pretty quick and set the tone with that kickoff return for the touchdown.
Carpus plus color tile kickoff. It'll be fielded by Frank, and he's hit hard shy of the 20. Braves popping pads on special teams. Down at the 19-yard line, 1st and 10. I believe we have Jake Hibbard now with an update on Cody and Evanston. Let's send it out to Jake with the Lincoln County Weed and Pest Studio report.
Yeah, guys, so Cody actually had to punt. It was just their 3rd punt of the season, first drive, but second one in, they run it in from 2 yards out at 7-0 Cody, first quarter over Evanston. Back to you.
Thank you, Jake Hibbard, with the Lincoln County Weed and Pest Studio report here in this one, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They have back-to-back 3-and-outs. They go I formation this time. Turn hand off to the tailback and an I formation dive, and Gaskell is there to wrap it up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
No gain for the Powell.
Just there's been no room to work with so far for the Panthers running game, and still trying to find a seam to work with is Lincoln Crawford. Right now he's got 3 carries for 3 yards.
We've talked about the youth of the Powell Panthers this year. On that line, they have one senior, Daytona Manaway. He's number 55. He's the only senior on the line this year. So this Powell Panther team, they're looking for their identity. They're hoping to develop. They're going to be strong again in coming years. Just really young right now as they look at a 2nd down and 10. I formation again. Quarterback falling, and he's sacked. Brought down in the backfield. He stumbled. And back there first was Elijah Mautawatia. And, of course, Roman Erickson there as well. They combine for the sack for a loss of 5 or 6 on the play.
And Seifert just, that's Foley with that one. The stumble doesn't help, but then you got 3 guys ready to pounce on you immediately. It's just, it's been tough so far in the backfield for the Panthers.
Powell not able to really move the ball much at all. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. Braves defense threatening their 3rd consecutive 3-and-out to open up the game, with clock ticks down to 5:40 remaining in the opening quarter. Star Valley up 20-0 early. I formation again. It's Foley again under center. Little counter play. Gaskell again there as well. Will Linford also there. Tackle at the line of scrimmage. No gain. 4th and long. Out comes the punt unit for the Panthers.
And it's not just one guy, as you're talking about, Duke. It's several Braves in the backfield basically at the same time. And Powell just trying to find anything that'll work at this point through 3 possessions. They've run 9 plays, and this will be their 3rd punt.
Lancaster and Thompson back to return the punt. Punter from the goal line. Gets this one away off the left side again, but fielded on the bounce by Lancaster at the 48, 50, 45. Cooper left sideline, 30, has blockers, 15, 10, 5, strolls into the end zone, and 2 special teams touchdowns for Cooper Lancaster. That one a 53-yard punt return, and the Braves lead 26-0.
And he's untouched here. He comes to the near sideline. He's got Travis Thompson out in front of him, Nathan Hatterley, and even those guys didn't really have anybody to block until they're at the end. And Roman Erickson got a block there early, but yeah, the special teams just knifing through Powell at this point.
4:42 to play in the opening period. Star Valley up 26-0. They have 2 touchdown passes to Travis Thompson. They have 2 special team touchdowns, one a kick return, one a punt return, both from Cooper Lancaster. Lawson with the ensuing PAT. His last one was a little wide to the right. There's the snap, hold, kick, And this one is in. 27 zip Braves homecoming on the SBI Sports Network.
All the day, my best friends are always with me. We sing, we dance, we laugh, we are happy every day. Have fun with us, let's say happy, 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 happy. Happy.
I'm Ty Campbell, class of 1984, state champions in 1982. Happy homecoming and go Braves.
Appreciate Ty Campbell joining us as part of our homecoming broadcast coverage. 80 sure had some good teams for Star Valley.
My brother Casey's on that team. I was a little kid watching that. You think your big brother's the greatest thing ever, and it turns out it might have been right. That's pretty great.
Lawson with the ensuing Carpus Plus color tile kickoff. And this one's going to be fumbled on the return, but picked up again by Frank, and he's hit hard again, just across the 15. Officials put him near the 16-17, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Powell Panthers. This has been as heavy-sided in favor of Star Valley as you can about get up to this point in the game.
There's literally only one thing that could have gone any worse for Powell at this point, and that's if the Braves had made all 4 of their PATs. At this point, you just got to draw together as a team and say, okay, we're going to focus on this next play. We're going to execute this next play as best as we can. We're going to try and create a little space on the offensive line, and that's all you can do. Take it one play at a time, literally, and just see if you can string together and get a first down here.
Panthers have it. 1st and 10 inside their own 20. Here's a straight dive up the gut once again for no gain on the play. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Forward progress stops, and the officials blow the play dead.
I believe that was Rowan Diaz with that carry.
Rowan Diaz with the carry.
No gain, it doesn't look like.
2nd and 10. Clock down to 4:15 remaining in the opening quarter. All Star Valley. Back in to play quarterback on this one is Karcher Foley. He's going to be under center with split backs. One receiver wide right, one to the left. Foley, play action rolls, being chased, throws, and through his hands, and intercepted by Star Valley. Dylan Hershey, of course, with a pick. Still running, 10-5 touchdown. Now a defensive score. Dylan Hershey, a pick 6 to the house on homecoming, and the Braves have scored in all 3 phases as they couldn't bring down Dylan after the pick.
Elia Matatia with pressure. It's tipped into the hands of Dylan Hershey. This is Dylan's 3rd defensive touchdown in the week, and we're in week 6. What an unbelievable defensive season he's having.
That score comes with 3 minutes, 42 seconds remaining in the first, and puts Star Valley up 33-zip.
That's a 43-yard return officially.
Lawson, Carpus Plus color tile PAT is good. 34-0 Star Valley, SBI Sports.
The internet may connect us, but human connection brings us together. Silver Star Internet. Better connected.
In healthcare these days, you just don't find a place like Star Valley Health. We really do focus on providing the best care.
Our employees take so much pride in their positions. They know that if their kids get sick, if they get sick, if somebody gets in a car accident, that there is that personal tie.
They get to see the change that they make in their life, so it's fun to be involved.
I'm Colin McGinley, class of 2017, aka the Ginger Express. I was on the 2015-2016 state championship teams. Good luck, Braves. Go team.
One of our favorite players over the years, Colin McGinley, making an appearance here. The Ginger Express, I'll always remember him blowing the train horn on his way into the end zone.
His 5-touchdown half against Douglas on the road.
Yep.
I don't know that I'll ever forget that. As a guy who's done a lot of games, that one is right up there. I called a lot of losses in Douglas, and that one felt really good.
Touchback on the Carpus Buzz color tile kickoff by Tate Lawson. 3 minutes, 42 seconds to go in the first quarter on homecoming, and Star Valley ahead 34-0. They have 2 offensive touchdowns, 2 special teams touchdowns, and Hershey just barely a pick 6 to put up a defensive score.
Well, Duke, the old adage is if you score in all 3 phases, you're going to win the game. The Braves have done that, and they haven't even played 9 minutes yet. It's been that kind of game. And again,
single-digit offensive snaps right now for Star Valley.
Yeah, and if you're Powell, same thing. You just got to come out and go one play at a time here.
High formation, offset eye for the Panthers. Here's a tailback dive left side, and they get positive yards this time. Go left tackle and pick up about 3, 4, well, maybe even 5 on the carry. Crawford put him up to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like a 5. Some room to work with there for Lincoln Crawford, and you got to have that. Not to overstate the obvious, but now if you're the Panthers, this is the first time so far in this game you've actually been ahead of the chains, and now you can see if you can string something together here and move the chains.
2nd and 5, I formation once again. Foley in at QB for the Panthers. He's under center, 2 receivers left. Tailback dive right side, hit the backfield and brought down. Kyan Watson first there for the tackle for loss. And that'll push Powell back a yard with forward progress to make it 3rd and 6.
Right now, the Panthers 9 carries, 1 yard offensively as they'll try and convert their first 3rd down. Right now they're 0 for 3.
2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the first quarter and counting, down to under 2:30, and it is 3rd and 6 for the Panthers. Foley in at quarterback again, the I formation, 2 receivers to his left. Braves bring 1 backer to rush, and Mount Tawatia, another tackle for loss in the backfield. Handoff to Crawford. They pick up 5 yards on 1st down, and then they lose the 5 on 2nd and 3rd down. It's 4th and 10, back-to-back TFLs for the Braves defense.
Yeah, that play actually put them back to the 20, the original line of scrimmage. And Elia Matatia right in there. And I don't know, Duke, maybe you have the magic touch. Whenever you interview one of the seniors, it seems like they always have an especially nice game.
Well, it's nice when they all have good games every week. Then it works out just fine that way. But I'll take the credit. 4th and 10. Another punt for Powell. They've had 3 and outs all game. This one's a better punt. Pushes Cooper back to the 35. Switches direction. Broken tackle. Stiff arm. Wrapped up. And he is brought down shy of the 50. Lancaster will be held to about a 5-yard return to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Braves.
Brecken Kobe with that tackle. Actually, I think it was number 85 who brought that down, but
in case our viewers and listeners are wondering, Dow, running clock cannot begin until the 2nd half.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're having that conversation. But as I understand the rule, it has to be the 2nd half in the state of Wyoming. It has to be 45 points and the 2nd half.
Here in the first quarter, it's 1:27 remaining. Star Valley has scored on 2 offensive possessions, 2 special teams, and a defense.
They have 6 offensive plays and 34 points.
Watson in the backfield, trips to the right for Hovey in the shotgun from the 46. Fakes the screen. He's under pressure, and he's sacked. Hovey wanted to fake the screen and go deep down the field, but he's brought down by Rowan Diaz. Sacked by the Powell Panthers for a 6-yard loss on the play.
Maybe holding that one just a little too long, and Rowan Diaz doing his job and getting in. That's a 6-yard loss on the play.
Nathan Hatterley will sub out Kyan Watson. Hatterley in the backfield with 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Ross and Erickson up top on the right.
Technically, that was the first rush of the game for the Braves.
Hovey will throw again. Three-step, flushed out, rolls to his right, fires deep, has Erickson all alone behind the defense, catches it, stumbles but puts his hand down, gets inside the red zone before he's tackled from behind by Kobe, and it will be a 1st and 10 inside the Riverside Dental red zone. Erickson got behind the defense and he was open.
He'd been open for a while. He had slowed down. Still, Phoenix made a play like this last week against Jackson where he stepped out of pressure, rolled to his right, and fired downfield. And, man, Phoenix has a cannon. He really does. That's a pretty dang nice play right there. Again, very reminiscent of last week.
Star Valley Orthodontics first down. Star Valley will have 1st and 10 from the 11 inside the Riverside Dental Crimson zone. Hatterley in at tailback, trips to the left side. One receiver to the right is Lancaster. Erickson and Ross on the left. Hovey will throw, goes to Erickson, and it was knocked away, incomplete. Another good play by Crawford defensively, I believe. Actually,
85.
Nope, not Crawford. We don't have an 85, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, our roster stops at 70-something for Powell, but whoever 85 is has made a couple of nice plays.
Yeah. So incomplete, 2nd and 10, still inside the Riverside Dental Crimson zone. The incompletion does stop the clock at 3.1 seconds remaining, as you saw it there on the Fall River Propane replay. Shotgun once again for Hovey. Watson back in at tailback, 2 receivers on either side.
That play to Roman, by the way, was 49 yards.
Here is Hovey to throw. Steps up, nobody open, rolls to his left. Buzzer sounds, Roman's going to run, 10-5, and he's in. Not Roman, rather, but sorry, that was Phoenix Hovey, the quarterback. There is a flag on the play, though. This is probably coming back maybe in the area of holding. We'll see. That is going to be a hold on the offense. So Hovey's run will not count. They'll move it back. That does take us to the end of the first quarter as well. So we will have the second quarter after this. It will be 2nd and long for the Braves on SBI Sports.
Are you sidelined by a sports-related injury? At Alpine Foot and Ankle, Dr. Andrew McCall specializes in treating ankle sprains, Achilles injuries, chronic ankle pain and instability, flat feet, and heel pain. Dr. McCall's expert care ensures you get back to your active lifestyle quickly and safely. Don't let foot and ankle issues hold you back. Visit alpinefoothandankle.clinic to learn more. That's alpinefoothandankle.clinic.
Clay Merritt, class of 2024, 2022, and 23 state champ. Go Braves, beat the Panthers.
Another homecoming shout out as another Star Valley High School alumni. Clay Merritt, a former SBI kid, had a great career on the line defensively and offensively for the Braves. 12 minutes in the second quarter.
And I'll tell you something else, Clay out there in Laramie doing some video work at the University of Wyoming and doing a great job. So thanks, Clay. And we miss you. Your name gets brought up out here. So keep up the good work, and we'll bring you back when we can.
So it is going to be 2nd and long here for Hovey in the offense. Fake right, now throw right, goes to Ross in the end zone. Caught on the dive. No flags this time, and able to find Preston Ross, his first touchdown of the season, diving into the end zone to haul it in. And the first play of the second quarter, and it's 40-0.
Technically a 21-yarder. And Preston getting behind Braden Berender. Got number 85's number there. Unfortunately, it's in that context, but here's another angle from Phoenix Hovey to Preston Ross. And that is Phoenix's third touchdown pass of the first half. He now has 20 on the season.
Tate Lawson with the ensuing PAT is good, and it's 41-0 Braves, SBI Sports.
Braves Nation? Derek Ostel here. I graduated in 2023, state champs in the year 2022. Braves Nation, let's ride.
Another great shout out on our homecoming night tonight as we introduce some of the alumni of Star Valley High School from over the years. Derek Astle, one of the greats. The falling backwards touchdown in the state championship game against Cody.
Yeah, at the war. What a catch.
Derek had a fantastic year, but that was the capper of all of it. It didn't feel good either, if you remember right, for Derek. But he hauled it in. That propelled Star Valley to, I believe it was the first of this three-peat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So here's the ensuing Carpus Plus color tile kickoff. And Lawson puts this one into the end zone for a touchback. 11:53 to go in the second quarter, and Star Valley rolling Powell right now, 41-0.
So, Duke, the Braves have 15 total plays, but 6 of those are special teams. They have 41 points on 9 offensive plays. This is reminiscent of a game you and I did a few years ago in Rollins where Star Valley hung 70-something points on the Outlaws. Didn't we mean to? It's just the way the game rolled that day.
11:53 to go in the second quarter. Teams are switching directions, of course, here with the quarter change hard count. Braves do jump off sides on the left, and that gives the Panthers a free 5. Puts it up to the 25-yard line, 1st and 5 to go.
Third penalty, totaling 25 yards so far in this game against Star Valley.
Down remains first down. 1st and 5 for the Panthers.
Clock continues to sit at 11:53. Once again, Foley will throw and overshot Kobe, the intended receiver. Sails out of bounds.
Foley's pass.
So we've actually seen a little more of Foley today. Not sure they're going to be switching back and forth the whole game, but that was his 3rd attempt. He and Tanner Seifert have been kind of switching back and forth.
Foley's a sophomore, Seifert a junior. And it's going to be 2nd down and 5. And it looks like we'll see Foley again at quarterback. He is in the huddle to call the play.
Man, this crowd, it just goes all the way around the facility. It's a fun time to be a Star Valley fan, let's put it that way.
The grandstands are full and, wrapped all the way around. Low snap, but picked up by Foley. And then a tackle 1 yard past the line of scrimmage after the handoff. We'll set up 3rd down for the Panthers. I do believe we have Jake Kirbert standing by. Maybe we can send it out to him real quick for an update again on the Cody Evanston game. Jake.
Yeah, so guess what? Cody Evanston, it's not so close. Oh, wait, yeah, it is. Here's Maddox Ball completing it out to a receiver. It's picked up by Braden Wallace, taken to the goal line. The next play is in. It's tied 7-7. Evanston Cody, back to you.
Maybe not the score you'd expect in that one in the second.
No, absolutely not. That is not what I expected at that point in the game. But a lot of game left. But certainly right there, that's a bit surprising.
11 minutes remaining in this one in the first. Foley will throw and missed an off target. Was trying to once again find Kobe and drops incomplete. 4th down.
Powell 0 for 5 now on 3rd, and they'll come out in punt formation. And honestly, the way this first half has gone, Duke, you wouldn't be surprised if they decided to try something here. I mean, why not?
And you're down 41-0, minute into the second quarter, just trying to find some sort of spark.
Use it as an opportunity to maybe do something you worked on.
Low snap collected, and they will kick it again over to the left, angling at the sideline and out of bounds at roughly the 45. So no return. And the Braves starting field position has been right around midfield all game long.
And that's on the ones that they have not returned for a touchdown. Cooper Lancaster has 1 of each. But yeah, their own 45 or right around midfield has been a pretty common sight.
Clock is stopped at 10:54 to play before halftime. Braves up big, 41-0. Looks like we do still have Phoenix Hovey in at quarterback. He'll have split backs behind him, both Watson and Hatterley in the backfield. One receiver wide to the right, Caleb Erickson standing tight end on the left. Turn, handoff to Watson, and he's tackled around the ankles, does fall forward for about 3, maybe 4. He'll give him 4 to the 49-yard line to set up 2nd down and 6 to go.
First carry of the night for Kyan Watson. In fact, that's really the first carry of the afternoon for the Braves. Their other rush came in a quarterback sack.
Watson and Hatterley remain in the backfield. This time Hatterley tries the left. He has a big block on the outside by Talbot, and Hatterley continues to run 30. He's across to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Is there a flag? Is there a hold? Is it actually going to count? It is! Nathan Hatterley into the end zone, and my, oh my, there's no hold to bring it back.
51 yards for Nathan Hatterley. It's kind of an inside thing if you're a Star Valley fan. Nathan's had four touchdowns called back so far. Look at Ryan Talbot. He is just going from one guy to the next all the way down the field, just escorting, in essence, Nathan into the end zone.
That was also Willie Walker that you saw down there blocking down through the end zone, and the PAT is good. 48-0, 10-17 in the second quarter, SVI.
At Western, students don't just earn degrees. They experience growth, friendships, and opportunities. Western Wyoming Community College. Enter here with passion and leave with purpose.
Silver Star is proud to announce a new service, Smart Town Wi-Fi. In partnership with the City of Afton, Silver Star is now offering a free, secure Wi-Fi experience in the City Park and downtown corridor of Afton, Wyoming. More locations will roll out soon, so register your device and experience the difference with Silver Star's Smart Town Wi-Fi in Afton. To get started, visit silverstar.com/smarttown. That's silverstar.com/smarttown.
My name's Chad Corbin. I graduated in 2023. We're state champs in 2022. Go Braves.
Appreciate Corbin with the shout out on homecoming. Another Star Valley alumni. A big run for Hatterley. About 51 yards for the score to make it 48-0. Ensuing kickoff. The Carpets plus color towel kickoff is fielded by Frank. He'll be able to get up to about the 23, 22-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Powell Panthers.
Unfortunately for Powell, basically you just kind of take what you can from what's happened to this point and just trying to string together a couple positives as you can. You're building right now, not just for the rest of the game, but for your future, and just try and get better moving for the rest of this game.
The sophomore Foley again in the shotgun at quarterback, man in motion, hands off to him, broken tackle around the edge as Diaz. Ball is loose, picked up, and a scoop and score for Caleb Erickson. The ball was knocked out in the backfield, and Erickson there for the scoop and score for 6. Second defensive touchdown, that one on the fumble.
And that's his second non-offensive touchdown in as many weeks. He recovered a blocked punt last week against Jackson.
Looked like it was Watson who was the one that forced the fumble. He causes it. And Erickson with the scoop and to the house. 54-0 Braves. 10 minutes remaining in the opening half, second quarter. Ensuing PAT with Carpets plus color tile. Lawson, boots, and that one is no signal. Oh, there's a penalty. Okay. So we'll see what we have here. It's going to be an offsides on the defense. They're going to get the decision from Coach Young. It was good, they say, if they decline the penalty. Coach Young trying to get the best explanation he can. Does he decline? Is he going to accept? PAT is good if he declines.
Powell was offside during the dead ball period. We'll move the ball half the distance and replay it again.
All right, so they can't count the field goal because it was before the snap. So it was a dead ball foul. So the play, in essence, didn't happen, so you can't decline and count it. So they'll redo the PAT, half the distance to the goal. Snap, pulled, kick, and it is good. 55-0 Braves, 10:02 remaining in the second on SVI.
There's no place to enjoy the fall season like Alpine, Wyoming. Enjoy fly fishing on the Salt and Snake Rivers, camping and hunting up the Grays in the Wyoming Range, hike the trails in the Bridger-Teton National Forest, or bring your off-road vehicles and enjoy the backcountry. And with plenty of lodging and dining options at affordable prices, you just can't beat the fall season in Alpine. Experience the fall season like Mother Nature intended in scenic Alpine, Wyoming.
My name is Tennyson Draney. I graduated in 2006. Go Braves.
Tennyson Draney, one of the alumni shout-outs. Of course, a staff member now inside the school district. Quarterback for Star Valley in the early 2000s. Took the Braves to the title game. Didn't quite win it, but he was in it. Here's the ensuing kickoff after the touchdown. Looks like we're going to start seeing some of the other players get in. This is Trenton Nelson, I believe, with a Carpets Plus color tile kickoff. Braves leading at 55-0. And the sophomore Nelson will kick this one away. Carpets Plus color tile in Afton and in Alpine. Can't do the running clock until the second half, so even though the Braves are 10 points above the required differential, still can't run the clock until you get to that point. It will be a running clock to start the second half. The kickoff again is fumbled on the return but picked up. And another pretty good collision on the return is Brock Frank, and he'll be tackled just across the 20 to about the 23-yard line. And it looks like we are going to see some of the second unit players getting some second quarter action here for Star Valley. Some of the starters still out there, but some of the others coming in as well. See Zach Delgado, number 14, playing over on the left side corner.
The crazy thing is, Duke, yeah, these are reserves, but kids like Zach and Gabe, his brother, these are really good players. They're just, I said that this Braves team is just unbelievably deep and loaded.
Bryce Erickson, he's going to be on the left side edge on the defensive line. He's a junior. Here's a turn and a handoff for the Powell Panthers, and a pretty good push up front off the right side. That's going to give Lincoln Crawford about 4 yards on the first down carry. 9:27 to go before halftime. We'll have an extended halftime, of course, with homecoming. Marching band will have a chance to perform at the half. Brave Cadets, cheerleaders will record the entire halftime show, and we'll upload it for you after the game tonight so you can watch it. Second down and 5 is what they'll call it here at the 30-yard line for the Panthers. No first downs in the game so far by Powell. In fact, this is the shortest yard to gain they've had, as they will hand off and get across the line of scrimmage, about 2 yards. Clock continues to roll at about second down and 3, 8:42 and counting.
Powell with a chance to convert here. This has been their best opportunity on third down thus far in this game. 0 for 5 so far, but as I said, this is easily the shortest distance they've had. See if they can collect the first.
See number 84 playing the right side end on the line. He's a sophomore, Kai Frazier.
Crew Lancaster, a sophomore, checking in for Crew Morgan.
Third down and 3 for the Powell Panthers. Here's a pitch outside, and diving, trying to lunge ahead to stretch the ball out, but can only get just past the line of scrimmage.
Nathan Hatterley with that stop.
Fourth down for the Panthers, and if you're Coach Kistler here, you've got 4th and 2, you may as well go for it, even with the ball at your own 33-yard line.
Absolutely agree with that.
And they do send in a new set offensively, and it looks like they actually will punt it away. So Kobe will step back to punt for the Panthers. Star Valley does not have a returner back. Nobody back to return the punt. They have all 11 up tight just in case they try and draw or run a fake here. It will be a fake. Kobe runs. He does throw and almost caught, but incomplete. Had his man out in the flat, but he had to go down to the turf to get it. Couldn't scoop it on the slide, and it's incomplete. They turn it over on the fake punt.
That one would maybe been about a foot higher. I think he would have been able to get his arms around that one.
7 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and it will be 1st and 10 now for Star Valley. They'll have it inside their own 33-yard line. And it looks like Coach Young is going to send out Phoenix Hovey and the offense.
Kyan Watson, looks like the back.
Clock is down to 6:50 and counting, I guess. So it'll be in the shotgun, Watson. He'll want to run off the fake handoff, but tackle for loss in the backfield. Nothing there for Phoenix Hovey on the quarterback keeper. Maybe a little read option there, but nothing going. 2nd and 12 coming up.
Powell doing a nice job of reading that.
Tackle made by Powell's Rowan Diaz.
Rowan Diaz in on that stop, number 44.
6:17 remaining in the second quarter.
Checking in here is Kimball Holtz, number 18.
He's going to line up wide to the left, split backs in the backfield with Watson and Hatterley. Hovey under center, hand off to Watson, bounces to the right. Watson in the open in the secondary. He'll be wrapped up and brought down, but not until he picks up another Star Valley Orthodontics first down and puts Star Valley inside the Riverside Dental red zone to the 18-yard line. Clock rolls down to 5 minutes and 38 seconds remaining before halftime.
Kyan able to find his way down there.
Now Ross Hilton will come in to play quarterback. Ross is a junior. Looks like we're going to see in the backfield Cope.
Ikaika Cope. Ikaika had a nice game at the end of last week's contest against Jackson.
Hilton under center, I formation. Across the formation is Holtz. Hand off and hit the backfield. Nowhere to go for Cope. He is tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1, maybe even 2 on the play.
That's a pretty good hit there. Brock Frank in on that tackle. We'll call it a loss of 2.
2nd down and 12.
Clock rolls down to 4:38 to go in the second quarter. Ball spotted back to the 20-yard line, just on the fringe now, the Riverside Dental red zone. I formation once again. Dotting the I is Zach Wasserloos, number 47, the senior. Man in motion is Holtz, hands to Wazzy, and he's tackled in the backfield. Nowhere to go, hit behind the line of scrimmage by Tyler Wenzel of Powell.
We've called Wenzel's name a few times today on defense. Sometimes games like this, it's about playing for pride, and I think Wenzel's playing with pride. He's made several different tackles like that.
Braves with the soft huddle, look from the sideline. Coach Young sends in the call. They'll check the wristbands. Subbing in is Caleb Erickson. He's going to line up as the tailback is Caleb, with Hilton in the shotgun. Also coming in late is Brennan Barber, another junior, 37 on the left side.
The Braves have not converted a third in this game, but for a completely different reason. They're 0 for 1.
Man in motion is Pack. Throw ahead to Pack. Looks to the cut up field. He does get positive yards, but is brought down at the 15, so about 6 yards shy of the yard to gain to move the sticks. It's going to be 4th down and maybe even about 7 to go for Star Valley. We'll see if Coach Young sends out the kick unit. He will. So Lawson will come out to attempt the field goal. Lancaster, the holder, about the 22-yard line. So this will be a 32-yard attempt from in between the hash marks. And the right foot kicker will have a chance for a field goal with 2:51 remaining in the first half. Hard count. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, plenty of distance, and right down the pipes. 3 for Lawson on a 32-yard field goal attempt. And Star Valley up 58-0 on SVI.
Discover the convenience and reliability of Star Valley Disposal and Royal Flush Septic for all your waste management needs. We offer comprehensive services, including residential and commercial trash removal, septic pump outs, and a variety of porta-potty options with optional cleaning schedules. Trust us for efficient and professional solutions. Visit starvalleydisposal.com to schedule your service. That's starvalleydisposal.com.
The leaves are falling, and so are our tire prices. Right now at Point S Tire and Auto Service, save up to $200 on select Falcon, Toyo, Nexen, Hankook, and Nokian tire. Whether you're taking a scenic drive, heading to football games, or making the daily commute, we have the right tires at the right price with no stress. Stop by PointStire.com or your local Point S today.
No stress with Point S.
I'm Phoenix Hovey, and I'm tossing these passes on SVI Media.
Here's the ensuing kickoff after the 32-yard field goal is good for Lawson. This is Ross Hilton now to kick off for the Braves. Star Valley leading 58-0. And we mentioned earlier it had to be in the second half for the running clock unless both coaches agree to have the running clock in the first half, which is what has happened. So we'll have the running clock the rest of the game. Here's a kick return for Morgan. Actually Foley, and he'll get it up to about the 25. Let's send it out to Jake Hibbert. He has another update on Cody Evanston. It was close a moment ago. How does it look now, Jake?
Well, it was 14-7, and now it's 21-7. Here's Maddox ball fighting Ben Stewart, 21-7. Cody on top, late second. Back to you.
Thank you, Jake Hibbert, with the Lincoln County Weed and Pest Studio Report. Cody Bronx host Star Valley next week. 1 week from tonight, Braves in Park County. That'll be a 1 versus 2 matchup again, potentially another state title game preview. We'll see how it all plays out, as there's going to be a misdirection in the backfield, handoff and a gain of 1 on the carry for the Powell Panthers.
I believe I saw Crew Lancaster in there. Also, find the number here. Kai Frazier in there as well.
That will take us to the end of the first half. What a first half it was for the Star Valley Braves on homecoming night. They lead at 58-0. Let's send it out to Jake Kibber to take us into the halftime with the studio report and highlights from around the state. Jake.
Hey, thanks so much. So we've just had one game going on, as well as Star Valley and Evanston. Mountain View played a little bit earlier, as did Cokeville. Cokeville falling to Thermopolis 28-13. Well, let's go ahead and start with the highlights today by taking us back to that two-way game with Mountain View and Pinedale. Mountain View leading at 14-7 right here. And see the hike. Oh, play action. He's going D1, and it's not just because of his arm. Broken tackle in Justice Platts. 41-14, the final there as Mountain View gets the win. Now we've had this Evanston game going on that it's been a little close. First of all, it's down 7-0, and that's Tayson Wallace running all the way down to the 4. Now he got stopped at the 20, but here we go, one play later. Look at Brady there, get out of the way, throw it down the field, just found someone, and one play later, they would push it in. So Evanston now taking Cody. Oh boy, what's happening here? Oh, the ball gets out. Braden Wallace picks it up. Tries to make the stretch one play later. Evanston is in, and it's 7-7. All right, well, Cody would come back. Play action play by Cash McFadden gets us 1 yard from the end zone. And then the next play, McFadden, read option, take it himself. It's now 14-7, Cody on top. And just recently, they're about to go to half. A third touchdown for Cody. That one to Ben Stewart. And most recently, as we said, getting in for that one. But As we're taking a look at some games that are kicking off here in just a bit, just getting underway. We've got Riverton and Buffalo, Douglas and Lander, Green River Jackson, and Rollins at Torrington. And then in the 4A level, we've got number 1 Sheridan going for, win number 48 in a row. They're just kicking off against Cheyenne Central right here. Let's see if we've got anything up on them yet before I go. Still just games kicking off. So that one is at just a kickoff as well. So basically everything 0-0 as we're looking through. But we're going to have a busy second half. Maybe not that busy with the running clock, but all the games are just now getting started. But real interesting. Cody and Evanston battling for a bit, but it looks like Cody righted the ship. A lot of turnovers, almost a third fumble for Cody in the first half. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jay Kibbard, with the studio report presented by the Lincoln County Weed and Pest. Don't keep Star Valley beautiful. Please spray knapweed at your homes and businesses. Contact the Lincoln County Weed and Pest for any details. That is the Lincoln County Weed and Pest. Star Valley cheerleaders performing at the half. The Brave Cadets just performed. We are recording the entire halftime show being put on here on Homecoming. Marching band will be next, and we'll have the halftime show uploaded after the game so you can watch the whole thing. As part of the Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine halftime show, Braves lead it big over the Powell Panthers at the half. 58-0 is your halftime score. Presented by Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine. For those watching, just a heads up, we do need to restart our computer, so we're going to have a longer commercial break here. For those listening on radio, have a longer commercial break, and then we'll be back live with you as well. Homecoming night at Braves Field on the SBI Sports Network.
Spanning over 6,500 acres just south of Jackson, Wyoming. Trust the team that knows the land. Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land.
At Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, safety is our top priority, not just for our employees, but for their families too. Our commitment extends beyond the workplace as we proudly support and contribute to the local community in meaningful ways. We're more than just a mine. We're a pillar of strength for those who live here. Discover how we make a difference at Simplot.com. Join us in fostering a safer, stronger community. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine.
I think being in a small town, you just really care and you take more pride in the work that you do because you're working with your neighbors. These are people that you see out in the community. You see them at kids sporting events and parent-teacher conferences and the grocery store. These are our neighbors.
One of the reasons that people also come back to us is they trust us because we are friends, we are family. And so I think there's a lot of trust in the community.
The Bank of Star Valley would like to congratulate Kyan Watson for being Man of the Week. Congrats, Kyan.
Kyan Watson, son of Stacy and Kevin Watson, running back and middle linebacker, senior, hometown at Wyoming.
Tia again, the fullback. Right up on her pitch to Watson. In, standing, touchdown Braves.
Halftime coverage is presented by Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, supporting local families and communities. Visit Simplot.com.
Halftime on Homecoming for Star Valley. The Braves up big over the Powell Panthers at the half, 58-0. Again, we saw the Brave Cadets perform on Homecoming. We saw the cheerleaders marching band performing right now at midfield. Now the Marching Braves went to a pretty prestigious marching band competition in East Idaho last weekend, and Rexburg at Madison High School went up against some of the bigger schools in Idaho Falls, some of the 5A, 6A schools. Came away with a fourth-place finish, did Star Valley. So that's a great outing for them.
Yeah, and looking at the write-up at SVInews.com, you can read that. Only 7.8 points out of first, so they were right in it, and they've got a great tradition themselves of high-achieving activities here, does the band.
We are recording the entire Homecoming halftime performance. We'll have it uploaded as soon as we can after this game on SVInews.com, our YouTube channel, and social media platforms as well. Now this game, though, we knew Powell was 0-5 on the year, and they were young, and Star Valley came out and really just flexed their muscle. They've had 2 special teams touchdowns. They have 2 defensive touchdowns. Offensively, they've been able to almost score at will, and here they are up 58-0 at the half.
Yeah, this is one of those games where not only are you outgunned if you're the Powell Panthers, but then the bounces haven't gone your way either. And, it got out of hand early, and both coaches agreeing to a running clock in the second quarter, which is it's something anybody wants, but that's the reality of how this game has gone today.
It's all part of the Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine halftime show, bringing Earth's resources to life. Visit Simplot.com. Let's take a look at that score deep in the numbers. Here are your Battleson Brothers Flooring halftime battle stats.
Well, Duke, as I always do, I always start with the visiting team or the opposing team, and it's been an ugly first half for the Powell Panthers right now. 1 of 7 through the air, -3 receiving yards. On the ground, 15 carries for 6 yards, so there's 3 total yards for the Powell Panthers. In the first half, Phoenix Heavy going 5 of 8 through the air, 168 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air. 2 of those went to Travis Thompson. The other one went to Preston Ross. Spreading the ball around, Travis Thompson, 2 catches, 53 yards, 49 yards to Roman Erickson, 45 to Cooper Lancaster. Cooper Lancaster took the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. He also returned a punt for a touchdown. You've had 2 defensive scores, one from Dylan Hershey from 43 yards out, one a fumble recovery from Caleb Erickson. And so the touchdowns have been fast and furious, but offensively the numbers, the Braves with 175 through the air, 60 on the ground for a total of 235. And that's a look at your halftime battle stats.
Battleson Brothers Flooring Carpet 1 and halftime stats. Quality, price, and service located a block south of the Arch in Afton. That is Battleson Brothers Flooring. Again, the Marching Braves performing right now at the half. We mentioned they were in Madison last week. Worth noting they're going to be at their state competition in a couple of weeks. That'll take place in Casper. And something new this year, from what I understand, Dal, is bands now have the option to opt in if they choose to place. Typically they get a rating, but my understanding is this year they're actually going to crown a state champion. And if teams want to opt into that, they can. And so my understanding is Star Valley has opted in, and we'll see how it all plays out in a couple weeks in Casper.
Well, that's pretty cool. And of course, you can always celebrate just how good they do with how they're scored and such. And again, this is a high-achieving band, and wish them the best of luck. And they're going with some Latin flavor out there this year.
That they are. Halftime showcase being recorded. We'll have it fully uploaded after the broadcast here today at the half. Star Valley leading at 58-0. Let's see if we can give away a gift certificate to Swirl located in downtown Afton.
And our question for tonight, Cooper Lancaster came into the game close to 1,000 career receiving yards. Our question tonight is, who was the first Star Valley player to compile 1,000 receiving yards in their career? 307-203-4637. Text in your guess, or if you know it, and the first correct answer will win themselves a gift certificate to Swirl and Star of 89.
307-203-4637. First correct answer is the winner. Of course, you can see on your screen the Froyo flavors they have for the remainder of the week at Swirl, and also soups are back as of this week, and so you can go find the soup of the week through the winter season at Swirl, located in downtown Afton. Follow them on social media. It's all part of the Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine halftime show, where the Braves lead 58-0 on a homecoming night in Afton on the SBI Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Jason with the Weed and Pest, and I'm going to do my part and spray knapweed with an EPA-approved environmentally friendly herbicide.
Hi, I'm Brian with the Lincoln County Weed and Pest. I'll control knapweed by digging it.
If you like the area you live, if you like the wildlife, if you love the beautiful valleys around us, we really need to stop this spread. As a concerned citizen of Lincoln County, do your part. Stop the spread of this invasive species.
At First Bank of Wyoming, we know you're more than just a number. We know the important numbers that matter most, the ones that tell your story. From starting your financial journey to planning for your first home and reaching your family's financial goals, we're here to celebrate your story, not just your transactions. From milestones to memories, we're here to celebrate every moment that counts. When you bank with us, you're part of a community that cares about every number that counts. First Bank of Wyoming, where you're more than a number.
Star Valley Sports on SVI are presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisors Kyle Terry, creating tailored solutions to address your financial needs. And by Rusty's Tree Service, the tree removal experts. Call 248-2442. Kodiak Mountain Resort is expanding with an indoor heated swimming pool, hot tub, and a new large play set for the kids. These new additions will be for guests only, coming in 2026. Visit KodiakMountainResort.com for reservations. B&H Auto in Afton has been serving the Star Valley community for over 10 years. With a qualified and trained staff, you can trust B&H Auto for brakes, maintenance, repairs, tires, and more. That's B&H Auto on the north end of Afton. Service you can ride on. Get to know your 2025 Star Valley Braves, presented by the University of Wyoming. Just visit SVInews.com/football roster for pictures, details, and more. That's SVInews.com/football roster.
This is the Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine halftime show, bringing Earth's resources to life. Visit Simplot.com.
Extended halftime show here at Star Valley High School for a homecoming night. Marching Braves still performing on the field, and we'll see the teams come out in about 6 minutes or so from right now. It's all part of the Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine halftime show, supporting local families and communities with an intense focus on safety. Join us at Simplot.com. Duke and Dow with you. 58-0 is your current halftime score. Yes, 58-0. Star Valley on top over Powell. Dow, we've mentioned how this is a young Powell Panther team. They came into this game probably knowing it was going to be a tough task for them. But if you're Coach Chase Kistler, I mean, what are you telling your guys in the locker room right now to try and keep them motivated coming out here in the second half?
Well, probably the first thing is you're going to check and see if everybody's doing what you asked them to do all week, and likely probably dial them in a little bit more on the things that they've been working on all week, things they wanted to accomplish coming into this game. If you're talking about adjusting to the score, you just can't do that. You just got to throw that. You got to throw that away and come out and basically treat the second half as situational opportunities to get better as a team and move on to the rest of the conference season and the rest of the season and see if you can be better at the end of October than you are today. And that starts, it's already started, but it continues here at halftime in Afton.
The full marching band, Brave Cadets, and cheerleaders on the field now. And a quick little performance by the whole group on a homecoming day. It's the Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine halftime show. Again, bringing Earth resources to life. Visit Simplot.com. The full halftime performance being recorded. We'll have it uploaded after the game.
Dare I say this has been a saucy performance by the band. There's been a trombone solo. There's been a baritone sax solo. As a guy who plays on the lower end of the register when I was in the jazz band, I love that. That's awesome stuff.
Yep, Dal always likes the trombone solo
every
time.
I used to sit behind, shout out class of 95, Jason Clement. Used to sit behind Jason Clement playing the bari sax. So, yeah, I'm noticing this stuff tonight.
Yeah. Now, we talked about Coach Kistler and what he wants to see out of his crew. What about Coach Young? I mean, you're coming out here with a 58-0 lead. Maybe we see the starters to open up the second half. Quite often we see that just to keep that rhythm and kind of that momentum going. But I'm sure we see the whole roster get in this game here in the second half.
I actually think it's probably kind of an easy discussion in terms of what you want to see. And what that is you want to see execution. To harken back to one of the keys of the game, whoever's in the game and whatever you ask him to do, you want them to execute to the best of their ability on that play in that situation. And that doesn't change even if the personnel maybe does in the second half.
School song being played here on homecoming in front of a full crowd in the grandstands and wrapping all the way around the field as well on the grass. With the Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine halftime show, Braves leading at 58-0. We'll wrap up halftime coverage after this on the SVI Sports Network.
At Fall River Propane, we're not just your propane provider. We're the ones who make sure life keeps moving. Fall River Propane. Experience the difference.
Where do legends come from? Some start as dreamers, even after they're turned down again and again. But everyone deserves a chance to prove themselves.
You know, this is the place that gave me an opportunity to come here and play the game that I love.
At the University of Wyoming, we're the team that believes you can do anything. This is where underdogs come to shine and where real MVPs are made.
Live coverage of Star Valley Sports on the SBI Sports Network is made possible by TerraPower, a nuclear innovation company. The Right Company, your local siding and gutter experts. Call Ready Mix, located north of Afton. Miles Beverage, proud to sponsor Star Valley Sports. Hillam Orthodontics, generations serving generations since 1966. And by Star Valley Glass and Lock, automotive, residential, and commercial glass. Discover the thrill of adventure with Salt River Motors, your go-to destination for Polaris side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and sleds. Gear up with premium off-road gear and accessories. And when you are on the road, Salt River Motors keeps you moving with a full automotive service department for tires, shocks, brakes, and comprehensive repair and general maintenance. Visit Salt River Motors on Highway 89 south of Etna or online at saltrivermotors.com. Discover the thrill of adventure with Salt River Motors, your go-to destination.
This is Dean Shaw, class of 2020, state champs in 2018 and 19. Good luck at homecoming.
Another shout out, that one from Dean Shaw. Oh, the mustache for Dean. How about that one, huh?
Everyone, you didn't need to flex on us quite that hard, Dean. Holy cow.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. One of the all-time greats, Dean Shaw. Could do a little bit of everything and do it all amazingly well. What a fun year, from a couple years Dean had.
Well, if we want to reminisce here on homecoming, as we've had some of the previous alumni players make some shout-outs like that. The big win against Sugar Salem earlier this year for Star Valley. You go back in Dean Shaw's year, the collarbone game out in Sugar City, and that was a scary moment. Back-to-back plays, and two different players break collarbones. You thought, what's going to happen? And Star Valley, well, they just went on one state. Yeah. Regardless of that.
Yeah, so. Dean Shaw and Wyatt Moore both having that, and then both of those guys coming back and having this amazing rest of their careers. It's a good reminder that, you know, one game does not define a season.
Star Valley Braves out of the locker room. They're getting ready to blow through the banner here and take us into the second half, up 58-0. We will have the answer to that trivia question here in just a few moments, but Star Valley up 58-0 in front of a pretty good homecoming crowd here for the Star Valley faithful on their home field. Star Valley is going to be at Cody next week. That'll be a big game up in Park City, as we saw from Jake Hibbert earlier today. Cody up on top over Evanston right now tonight. And Star Valley will be taking on the Bronx again in a 1-versus-2 matchup in the latest Wild Preps coaches and media poll.
Those two teams have combined for the last 11 Wyoming State Championships. And usually they do the lights. Well, they are doing them here, but where it's only 6 o'clock, it doesn't quite have the same feel as what you see in some other home games. But, yeah, whatever this techno thing they're doing with the lights, this has turned into one of the kids' favorite parts of the game.
Let's send it down to the field. We have Millie Kazare with the report from Coach McKay Young and the Miles CPA sideline report. Millie.
Coach said he's just grateful for the crowd that's here. He's happy to see seniors making plays and making a memorable evening for themselves. He said he's excited for the opportunity for everybody to get in and get a little varsity playing time. He told me there's going to be some seniors and young guys that are going to get some more time out on the field. He said, I'm just excited to see what some of these guys that don't usually get as much playing time do. Back to you.
Thank you, Millie Kazare with the Miles CPA sideline report. The Braves up 58-0. Now let's see if we have a winner of your halftime trivia question presented by Swirl at Star of 89.
And our question tonight, Cooper Lancaster came into the game close to 1,000 receiving yards for his career. Who was the first Star Valley player to compile 1,000 yards in their career? And the answer is Jason Lewis. Did that from 2009 to 2011. finished with 1,020 yards, and we do have a winner.
Had a handful of correct answers. The first correct answer, phone number ends in 7104. 7104, congratulations, you won that gift certificate to Swirl in downtown Afton. You can use it on frozen yogurt. You can use it on their soups of the week, whatever you like at Swirl in downtown Afton. Be sure to follow them on their social media handle to stay up to date on what their soups and froyo flavors are each and every week. That's going to do it for the Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine halftime show, supporting local families and communities with an intense focus on safety. Visit Simplot.com. That is Simplot.com. Again, the homecoming halftime, we did record it as soon as we can after this game. We'll get it uploaded to the SBI Media YouTube channel, social media as well, so you can see the Brave Cadets, the cheerleaders, the Marching Braves all performing on homecoming at the half. Into the third quarter, and a reminder now, we are in the running clock situation. Star Valley up 58-0.
Yeah, obviously the only time it stops is with timeouts and hopefully no injuries. But those are the two instances as we head into this half. And Powell will receive the ball. If you'll recall, they won the toss and deferred to the second half, so the Powell offense will come out first and see if they can get something going.
Powell will receive the football on the north end zone at Braves Field. The Star Valley will kick it off from the right side. Of course, normally Lawson is the kicker, but we've also seen a couple substitute kickers. We saw Trenton Nilsson kick off in the first half. We saw Ross Hilton kick off in the first half. And we may see another kicker here in the second half. Looks like carrying out the tee is Hayden Kennedy, a sophomore, for the Carpus Plus color tile kickoff here in the third quarter.
And if you're some of these kids, hey, you get a chance to maybe cut your teeth varsity-wise on a conference game on homecoming. So don't think they're not excited.
And nobody's more excited than Coach Jason Kazare, the ultimate hype man of a coach. Even in the Afton Elementary School this morning, in the pep rally at the elementary, he was hyping up the kids.
I'll just throw this out, another little stat tidbit. Jason Kazare was the first Star Valley player to ever rush for 1,000 yards in a season.
Kennedy with the ensuing kickoff to open up the third quarter. It is returnable for Brock Frank, but again, not much to go. And he is tackled at the 21-yard line. Kick coverage team has been phenomenal for the Braves, and it looks like Coach Young will start with his second unit defense out on the field, up 58-0 to open up the third quarter.
I believe that tackle, I'll have to try and track it down. Dane Jensen on that tackle.
See Kai Frazier on the left sideline. For Star Valley over on the right sideline is Bryce Erickson.
They call him Chum.
Dane Jensen, I believe, the nose tackle, 58, the big boy in the middle. Here is a tailback dive off the left side, bouncing off the first attack into the second level, where Crawford is brought down after a 4-yard gain up to the 25-yard line. Second down and 6 with 11:20 to go in the third quarter.
And again, anytime you can get 4 yards or more is kind of the baseline in my mind. If you get 4 yards or more on first down, that is staying ahead of the chains, as they say, and puts you in a much better position to convert on third down if needs be.
Drake Honadell playing left side corner. Just trying to get some of these names and numbers for you of the defense out on the field. Crew Lancaster, he's going to be playing a linebacker. Safety is Dax Button right now for the Braves on this left side. Here's another tailback dive for the Panthers and hit at the line of scrimmage, falling forward for a 1-yard gain of forward progress to make it second down and 5 for the Panthers.
Well, the first person I saw in there was number 59, Kemen Philliby. Had some help, of course, but saw number 59 wrapping up Crawford's waist first.
Mason Pack, the right side corner. Tate Lawson playing the free safety with Button the strong.
Powell going to third down here. They were 0 for 6 in the first half, trying to get that goose egg off on the third down conversions here in a second.
Double nickel Wyatt Collins in at linebacker. Looks like Zach Wasserloos, the right side back. Here's the big 3rd and 4 now for the Powell offense. In the eye. Counter, tailback dive, and really close to the sticks. Initial spot may have him across the first down. And it is first down of the game for the Powell Panthers. And they move the sticks with 9:40 remaining in the third quarter up to the 32-yard line. And that happens as Thomas Randall, one of the seniors, subs into the game.
We've seen a lot of Karcher Foley today, much more than Tanner Seifert. Not sure, I don't have a reason for that, but we've seen mostly Karcher Foley today in terms of number of snaps.
Brennan Barber playing on the right side edge, number 37. You have Holtz right now on the left corner. I formation once again for the Powell Panthers. Counter rollout to the right. Foley looking downfield, nobody open, now just throws it out of bounds and incomplete out of the pocket, threw it away to make it 2nd down and 10.
Was looking for Brecken Kobe.
2nd down and 10.
Clock continues to roll down, 8:56 remaining in the third quarter. Star Valley up 58-0. Braden's looking to go 6-0 on the season.
Excuse me, Duke. Brecken Kobe is Powell's top receiver coming into this game. 12 catches, 212 yards. That's a heck of a good average. Hasn't been able to connect so far today, but certainly showing on those numbers that he's a deep threat if you can get him the ball.
2nd and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Once again, Foley under center with the I formation behind him. 2 receivers to the left. Here's the tailback dive on the right. Big collision with Button in the second level. And it is going to be a 5-yard pickup by Crawford on the carry of on 2nd down to make it 3rd and 5.
3rd down and 6.
Saw Crew Lancaster in there, Dax Button.
Tackle made by Star Valley's Dax Button.
3rd and 5 now for the Panthers as we hit the 8-minute mark in the third quarter.
Powell just barely converted on 3rd down. Let's see if they can make it 2 in a row.
3rd down and 6.
From their own 36-yard line. 2 receivers wide to the left with Kobe flanked out. Frank the slot. I formation. Play action. Roll right under pressure. Hit the back out of the backfield. Diaz will have the first down rollout and then go to the fullback out of the backfield, and Diaz will move the chains and put Powell up to the 45-yard line.
That's a 10-yard gain, and that's a
10-yard gain and a Powell first down. Back-to-back first downs for the Panthers. Clock down to 7:12 to go in the third quarter.
First catch of the night for Diaz.
Third quarter is presented by Valley Trailer Services, locally owned right in Star Valley by Reese Heibel. No need to take your trailer out of the valley for repair. Call Reese at 699-7441, 699-7441. Here's a pitch out to the left side. Crawford on the carry, tries to string out the defense. Flying up and making the tackle, I believe was Mason Pack, and it is. Pack flies up and a tackle for loss of 4 yards.
Mason had a touchdown last week against Jackson. And watch number 20 come flying here. Kai Frazier stringing it out, and then here comes 20. Boom.
Clock down to 6:20 remaining in the third quarter. Again, the Valley Trailer Services third quarter. Now Powell backed up to their own 41-yard line. 2nd down and 14. Foley under center, I formation again. Here's a draw play. Crawford has a hole. Back to the original line, now 50 and out of bounds. And near the 50-yard line to set up 3rd down and a 5 yards to go for the Powell Panthers right at midfield.
3rd down and 5.
I believe that's Will Linford pulled him out.
Run out of bounds by Tate Lawson.
Excuse me, Tate Lawson. I've been doing that all season long.
5:40 remaining in the third quarter. 3rd down and 5 to go for the Panthers. They've picked up back-to-back first downs on this drive.
2 of 8 now on the game. 2 for 2 on this drive.
For those who may be just tuning in, yeah, you see that score. That's correct, 58-0. Running clock. Scar Valley scored 2 defensive touchdowns, 2 special team touchdowns, and some offensive points in the first half. They return the opening kickoff 95 yards for a touchdown. Here's Foley rolling to his right. He'll tuck it and run and have the first down, ducking out of bounds in Star Valley territory near the 40. Another Powell first down to move the chains up to the 40-yard line.
Good game there for Karcher Foley. His first carry of the night, and it's a good one. 10 yards, and I believe this will be the first play in Star Valley territory for the Powell offense tonight.
Cooper Lancaster, by the way, had both special teams touchdowns, a 95-yard kickoff return on the opening kickoff, and then I think it was about a 53, 54-yard punt return as well. He's got a reception or two also. It was a scoop and score for Caleb Erickson off a fumble forced by Star Valley. Kyan Watson forced a fumble. Scoop and score for Erickson on defense. A pick six also for Star Valley as the handoff over to the right side. Dylan Hershey on the pick six, and those are the special teams and defensive scores for the Braves. That carry to the outside is stopped for a 1-yard loss.
And in on that stop is Brennan Barber. Loss of a couple there for Crawford.
This drive has hit 8 minutes of possession. Of course, it is running clock, so that's part of it. 2nd and 12 now with 3 minutes, 52 seconds to go in the third quarter. Star Valley up 58-0. Now from the Star Valley 42.
Most of this game has been, or this drive has been on the ground as well, though, and a completed pass.
Crawford, the tailback in the eye. Diaz, the fullback. Turn, play action. Foley rolls. He's under pressure, and he's sacked. Brought down by Kai Frazier, well beyond the line of scrimmage, back at the 50-yard line. Foley holding his right arm as he gets up off the turf.
The bad thing about that, Foley's rolling. He's rolling the opposite direction of how his arm, being a right-hander. So you got to turn your body and release it if you want to do anything. And in this case, ends up getting taken down by a big kid. Kai Frazier, 6'3", 220 pounds as a sophomore. And, Foley looked a little shaken up there.
3rd and 20. Foley actually is on the sidelines, and he is not in on this play.
He might have hit his head, too. That was a pretty big collision with the ground.
I believe quarterback is Seifert, the junior. He mishandles the snap, picked up by Crawford. He's trying to run, and he can't get away from Dax Button. Tackle for loss after the snap went through the hands of Seifert. Crawford picks it up, and it's going to be 4th and a really long way. Ball all the way back to the Powell 45-yard line. They need the Star Valley 30 to convert, so this is 4th and 25.
That's Dax Button reacting to that play.
Star Valley does get the stop. Panthers pick up 3 first downs, but then face a 4th and 25. And, well, you just punt here. 2:15 to go in the third quarter. Preston Ross and Barnes back to return this punt. It is going to be pushed all the way down inside the 10. Nice return up to the 20 and knocked out of bounds about the 25-yard line.
It's Tate Lawson.
Yeah, it is Lawson on the return.
1st and 10 Braves.
As I was saying, wow, because that ball just exploded off the foot of kind of a short lead up to it. But Brecken Kobe, man, I think this jumped off his foot.
So 3 first downs for the Panthers in the running clock situation here in the Valley Trailer Services third quarter. That was a 10-minute drive for Powell that ended in no points. It was a punt. And the running clock continues to go with 1:23 and counting. We do see Star Valley's Ross Hilton in at quarterback. In the backfield with him is Zach Delgado. Lining up to the right side, 2 receivers to the right for Hilton. He'll hand off to Delgado. Bounces around the blocker to the 35 and 40-yard line. That'll be a Star Valley Orthodontics first down for Delgado up to the 41.
We'll call it 14 yards for Zach Delgado.
Clock continues to roll down to 52 seconds. In what has been a very brief Valley Trailer Services third quarter, offering all kinds of repair on all kinds of trailers, including welding, lights, jacks, flooring, and more. Call Reese Heibel at 307-699-7441. Here's a handoff outside to Cope. He'll bounce it to the outside, rather, and he'll pick up about 5 yards. Put it up to the 45, 46-yard line to set up 2nd down and 5. Clock continues to run, and that will take us to the end of the Valley Trailer Services third quarter. Both teams scoreless and a running clock third, 58-0. Star Valley on top, fourth quarter next on a homecoming Friday on SBI Sports.
Discover the thrill of adventure with Salt River Motors, your go-to destination for Polaris side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and sleds. Gear up with premium off-road gear and accessories. And when you are on the road, Salt River Motors keeps you moving with a full automotive service department for tires, shocks, brakes, and comprehensive repair and general maintenance. Visit Salt River Motors on Highway 89 south of Etna or online at saltrivermotors.com.
Ever wish you could be the boss of your home Wi-Fi? Well, with Home Zone by Silver Star, now you can. It's like having your own Wi-Fi command center right in your pocket. Whether it's setting up a guest network for visitors, controlling what your kids can access, or checking your connection speed, Home Zone has you covered. With Protect IQ, you'll have a virtual bodyguard for your Wi-Fi, blocking unwanted threats before they reach your devices. Home Zone by Silver Star. Wi-Fi control, coverage, and security all in one.
Fourth quarter coverage on the SVI Sports Network is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Local agents Andy Neild and Austin Callison.
Cope, the handoff, left side to pick up a Star Valley Orthodontics first down up to the Powell 45-yard line.
9 yards for Ikaika Cope. Brennan Barber checking back in, number 37. I see Gabe Delgado in there as well. Number 15. Also number 12, I believe that's Jonah Manu.
First and 10 inside Panther territory from the Powell 45. Here's a handoff, this time tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Barber.
Brennan Barber on the carry. He'll give him about one, actually up to about the 44-yard line to make it second down and 9. Braves up 58-0. 10:55 remaining in the fourth quarter. Barber remains in the game, lined up to the right side. Two receivers that side. Hand off to Barber. Tries to bounce left, has the edge, flag on the play. Stiff arms his way up to the 35. Would be a first down, but we'll see if it comes back. The flag sitting back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a double-digit gain for Barber, but yeah, this one looks like it's got the posture of coming back.
It is going to be a hold on the offense. So that'll be a penalty, pushing Star Valley backwards. And so instead of a first down, it's going to be second and long as a whole new unit comes in. 11 sub out and 11 sub in.
Coming in, looks like a quarterback is going to be, that's Preston Ross.
For the Braves.
Yeah, Preston Ross. Or no, that's Harvey Balls is in there at quarterback. Excuse me.
Well, we are off to a whole new roster then.
Yes. So that was Crew Lancaster that carried that one.
Lancaster with the carry.
We'll do our best. We're getting some kids in the game right now that are not on the typical varsity roster, so looks like they'll run that play and sub everybody out, sub everybody back in. It's going to be third down and about 17 to go.
Well, a lot of these kids were that I'm seeing when that last sub were kids I saw on Wednesday when they played Evanston in the JV game.
Here's Hilton back in at quarterback. Draw play. Hands off to Delgado. Broken tackle. Juking to the 40. Broken tackle again. And Delgado has the first down on third and forever. He gets all the way up to the 31-yard line and picks up a Star Valley Orthodontics first down. Great blocking downfield and shifty moves by Zach Delgado.
Gain of 21. Zach even switching arms like his coaches teach you to, and then covers it up at the end. Zach with 2 carries, 35 yards here in the fourth.
Good downfield block by number 17. Love to see receivers blocking downfield. Landon Peterson. And there's going to be a timeout taken on the field by Powell. We'll take it as well. 8:40 remains in the fourth.
Drive your career forward by joining the LCST2 Transportation Department. We're now hiring for part-time bus aides starting at $16.75 per hour. Full-time route drivers earn $22 per hour, working only during the school year. Substitute driver and substitute aide positions are also available. Explore these rewarding opportunities and become a vital part of our education system. For more information, visit lcsd2.org and click Job Openings. That's lcsd2.org and click Job Openings.
I'm Jeremiah Jensen, class of 1995, a member of the 1993 state championship team, and an all-state quarterback and defensive back on the 1994 team that was picked to finish last, but proved everyone wrong and won a conference title. I want to wish the Braves the best of luck against Powell, beat the Panthers on homecoming, and they're going to make history and bring home a 4th consecutive state title. Go Braves!
KSL's Jeremiah Jensen, a proud alumni of Braves football. Here's an outside run by Star Valley. Crew Lancaster on the carry. Stiff arms his way up inside the 20, but another flag on the play back to the 21. This will be another hold, it looks like, on the offense.
Holding against the offense. Holding during the run on the offense.
So replay first down. That'll be a penalty here in the 4th quarter, presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Local agents Andy Neal and Austin Callison. It's the brand that sells the land. Visit HaydenOutdoors.com.
5 penalties totaling 45 yards against the Braves so far in this game.
Remind us who we got at quarterback down here.
I believe I thought I saw Ross Hilton come back in.
Okay, is that?
Oh, yeah, there he is.
You're right, okay.
They subbed everybody back out again.
So Hilton in. Dawson Lindroos comes in, takes a spot on the line.
Looks like Kaika Cope is the running back.
Cope gets the ball, broken tackle, spins away and dives ahead up to the 35. Turned nothing into a 5-yard gain, did Cope. And a whole new offense again. Looks like Lincoln Finch will come in to play quarterback on. Oh, nope, it's going to be your JV number 2 again.
Harvey Balls.
Balls back in.
Tackle made by Caleb Ashcraft.
Lancaster, the tailback. Crew Lancaster. Man in motion is Holtz. Hand off to Lancaster. Nice block on the edge. Lancaster drags tacklers down to the 39-yard line. That was a good perimeter block by Brennan Barber to help spring that one loose to make it 3rd down and 9 for the Braves at the Powell 30-yard line.
Tackle made by Dominic Beavers.
Star Valley will go to 6-0, extend their program record win streak to now 27 consecutive wins, and will take that into Park County to take on Cody next week. Here's a pitch ahead to Gabe Delgado, and he has a big collision up near the 25, falls forward down to the 24, sets up 4th down, and here comes Lawson and the field goal unit. Lawson hit a 32-yarder earlier in the game. This one looks like it's going to be about a 40-yard attempt, maybe even 41. Yeah, this will be a 41-yard attempt from the left side hash. Braves leading at 58-0.
Tate made a 32-yarder before.
Tate Lawson with a 41-yard field goal attempt.
Here is the snap. Oh, there it is. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick has plenty of distance. And I think he nailed it. He did. 41. Probably could have been good from 45 or longer. 61-0. Lawson, 2 good field goals in the game. 4th quarter coverage after this on SVI.
Miles CPA is your trusted partner for all tax-related matters. Our professional and qualified accountants ensure you keep and get back as much of your hard-earned money as possible. Whether you're an employee or business owner, rely on our tax experts for precision and expertise. Visit us in Afton or Alpine, or call 307-885-0055 to schedule your consultation. Secure your financial future with Miles CPA.
This is Dean Shaw, class of 2020, state champion 2018 and 19. Good luck at homecoming.
Tate Lawson, a 41-yard field goal. Appreciate Dean Shaw. Another little homecoming shout out there for you from an alumni here on SBI. And it looks like Hayden Kennedy, the sophomore, will kick this one away on the Carpus Plus Color Tile kickoff with Star Valley now up 61-0.
And, you know, sometimes people look at a score like this and the way that it's played out and they go, well, what are you going to gain from this? And you look at a kid like Tate, he's made 2 field goals, pretty good ones tonight. That's going to really boost his confidence if the Braves need it.
Ball fielded at 15, brought down at the 30 after the return. Looks like that was Trenton Nelson, the sophomore. 4:15 to go in the Hayden Outdoors fourth quarter. Ball on the Powell 30-yard line.
And the way things go with the running clock, this may be the last possession of the game. If you go back to Powell's last offensive possession, they took 10 minutes. So based on that, this could absolutely be the last possession of the game.
Clock rolls down to 3:50 remaining. Once again, Seifert, the quarterback. Going to hand off to Crawford. Looks for the right side edge. Pretty big collision over there. Crawford stood up and brought down after a gain of 3. We saw Foley take the majority of snaps in this one for Powell. He was sacked and came down pretty hard on his right shoulder. He left the game, and it's been ever since then Tanner Seifert, the junior.
And I actually think that was a wildcat. That was a direct snap right to Crawford, and I think that's what they're going to here.
Matt Crawford, the one calling the play in the huddle. So it looks like he is going to line up in the wildcat. Rowan Diaz in the backfield with him. Man in motion. Crawford, direct snap, run, broken tackle, knocked around and dropped at around the 40-yard line, close to a Powell first down, and he'll have it. He'll move the chains. Beckham Brogue subs in for the Braves on defense.
I'm pretty sure I saw Beckham was one of the homecoming attendant royalty types. I always like that when you see kids that they go do that, and like they used to have them come out at halftime and they still got their jersey on. I always thought that was kind of a fun Wyoming homecoming kind of thing.
2:30 remaining in the Hayden Outdoors fourth quarter. Star Valley ahead 61-0. Scored 58 other points in the first half. Over the running clock here, the 41-yarder from Lawson, the field goal, as Crawford again, direct snap. He'll throw it away just before he is brought down. Almost the sack by McCray Barnes. But McCray does get the hurry and forces the incompletion.
So Lincoln Crawford becomes the 4th Powell Panther to attempt a pass tonight. Seifert 1 of 2, Foley 1 of 8, Crawford now 0 for 1, and Brecken Kobe 0 for 1.
Under 2 minutes to go in the game. Crawford getting the play call from the sideline. Silver Star postgame coverage coming up and on the way. We'll have your player of the game, postgame stats. We'll have Coach Young down on the field with some players for postgame comments. Of course, we'll preview the Cody Bronx next week, as once again the Bronx and Braves clash, this one in Park County.
There's been
likely
some
home field advantage on the line. Here's the direct snap to Crawford again. He is brought down. I believe first contact made by, is it Philliby?
Yep.
The junior will get the tackle after a 2-3-yard gain. A minute 12 remains.
3rd down and 7. Tackle made by Star Valley's McCray Barnes.
Silver Star post-game coverage. Silver Star Internet, better connected. Find the story online at SVInews.com about Silver Star's new free Wi-Fi. Town Connect that's coming starting tomorrow. A new program they're rolling out, beginning with the town of Afton. So much needed free Wi-Fi downtown because the cell service is horrendous.
Yeah, with the Oktoberfest going on all day tomorrow night, and that's going to be a really cool addition.
40 seconds remains in the game, likely the last play of this one. Crawford again, the direct snap. Wildcat runs right. He is tackled near the sticks. And that will end with about 30 seconds remaining on the clock. And that should take us to the end of the game. With the score at 61-0, Star Valley will seal a homecoming win. And the Braves will advance to 6-0. Panthers fall down to 0-6. And the Panthers they give him the first down. They do have the ball spotted, but the Panthers are walking off the field. Now here comes the Braves, and so that will be the end of the game. 61-0. Star Valley on a homecoming night with the win.
And, the Braves really putting on a clinic in all three phases for the first quarter plus of this game. This game was at 55-0 with more than 10 minutes left in the second quarter. So it got out of hand early in terms of the scoreboard, but some guys getting some playing time tonight, and we'll see how that pays off later on. And as you already mentioned, Duke sets up a big showdown next week in Park County, another chapter between Star Valley and the Cody Broncs.
Silver Star post-game coverage. Let's send it out to Jake Hibbard for the Lincoln County Weed and Pest post-game studio report. Jake.
Yeah, well, wild game. Long first half, short second half. We'll take those every now and again. Next week, that will be an interesting matchup. And let's go ahead and start right there for our games today as Cody and Evanston were doing battle. This game, all of the games still going on. Cody tied 7-7 early on, and then they get this down to the 1-yard line on a read option to finish it off. Cash McFadden takes it into the end zone here. Made it 14-7, and then another touchdown comes in on this little play to Ben Stewart. 28-7 in the third now, the most recent score for us. Buffalo at Riverton. Hunter Saltzgaver here finds the edge, and there goes the edge all the way. Almost, he's not quite in. Next few plays, Blake Gantenbein will dump off to Dane Cox, and Riverton was up 7-0. They are now up to 20-0. Green River at Jackson. Green River got the first field goal of the game. Here's a nice little find, and it's currently 7-3 as Grant Johnson gets that touchdown in. He found there. As we go on to Campbell County and South, this game not close, guys. 42-0. South still looking for a score in running clock going in that game as well. Thunder Basin and Rock Springs, it's 3-0 right here as you find nice little find on fourth down. Thunder Basin on top, 10-0 right now in the second quarter. Could be about halftime right now. Take a look at this game for East. This was the first possession. It's 28-10 East on top of Kelly Walsh. But look at that blocking. And then look at that little close through the hole. And he gets all in at the 30-10-5 touchdown, 28-10. East rolling over Kelly Walsh. From earlier today, Mountain View had Justice Platts find the end zone. It was a blowout for Mountain View over Pinedale. Platts read option goes outside, cuts through one man, bumps over another. 41-14 the final score in that game. Let's go ahead and take a look at some scores going on from around the state for what we can grab for Sheridan. We've got it at 14-0. Now they lead Central. East and Kelly Walsh still at 28-10. 42-0 you see right there. South trailing Campbell County. 17-0 Thunder Basin has just scored over Rock Springs. 20-0 Riverton on top. Jackson Hole still leading Green River 7-3. And still no start. Still no start to the game of Lander and Douglas. Back to you.
We're with the Lincoln County Weed and Pest Studio report. Again, Lincoln County Weed and Pests asks you to please help keep Star Valley beautiful. Spray your knapweed at your homes and businesses. Contact the Lincoln County Weed and Pest for any questions or details. As Sweet Caroline rains down again here from Brace Field. Another win for Star Valley as they run through the tunnel of student section and fans and enjoy another victory to put them at 6-0 on the season. And the win streak continues. Now let's dig into the score by the numbers with the Battleston Brothers Flooring post-game battle stats.
Well, first for the Powell Panthers, it was a rough night. Obviously, you can tell by that by the scoreboard if you're just joining us. Through the air, 4 different Panthers attempting a pass tonight. Tanner Seifert went 1 of 2. Carter Foley went 1 of 6. Just 2 completed passes for a total of 5 yards. On the ground, doing the majority of the damage was Lincoln Crawford. He finishes with 22 carries for 46 yards. So through the air, Powell with 5 yards. On the ground, 43, a total of 48 yards tonight. 1 interception tonight, which was returned for a touchdown. For the Braves, they set the tone early. They returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown, 95 yards. That was Cooper Lancaster. He added a 53-yard punt return for a touchdown after that. Phoenix Hovey went 5 of 8, 168 yards and 3 touchdowns. Doing the damage, Travis Thompson had 2 touchdown catches. Touchdown to Preston Ross. Caleb Erickson scored on defense. Dylan Hershey scored on defense. Nathan Hatterley had a 51-yard touchdown rush. 175 through the air, 130 on the ground, for a total of 305 for the Star Valley Braves tonight, who score in all three phases. And that's your Battleston Brothers post-game stats.
Battleston Brothers Flooring Carpet won. Again, quality, price, and service a block south of the Arch in Afton. Amelia Kazare is down on the field with a couple of stars from the game. With a Miles CPA sideline report, Millie, take it away.
Okay, thanks, Stu. So, you guys, that was a really good win. How do you guys feel?
It feels pretty nice winning our senior HOCO.
Yeah? What about you? What do you feel about that win?
I mean, it's our last year. Of course, we got to be good, though.
Yeah? What about you?
I'm just stoked. I thought it was really fun to play our best game at HOCO.
Yeah? And how do you feel your performance was, like, not only as, like, an individual, but also as a team?
I feel like we played pretty well as a team. You know, Coach kept saying all week, faceless opponent. Just keep trying to get better every week.
And what about you?
Being dominant, I guess. I think we just had great chemistry, OD, like both sides of the ball. It looked great.
Okay, and one more question. How are you guys going to carry this momentum into next week's game?
We're just going to keep focused, keep working hard, and hopefully we won't turn out how we want it to.
Yeah.
So. Probably do better than what we do today. It's being a big game next week. Just focus on big play and small play.
Why is it so hard to find you?
Get out! I think it's just important we stay hungry and we play our best next week.
Awesome. Okay, well, thanks, guys. So, Coach, so what are your thoughts on how the team played tonight?
Really proud of them. Really, Powell's young, and I was proud of the way that our guys came out and executed. Special teams, defense, and offense. To score in all three phases, to score twice on defense, one pick and one fumble was exciting. A kick and a punt return for touchdowns is exciting. But I think we did what we hoped to do today. And obviously the one that everybody's got circled on their calendar is a week from now, right? The big rivalry game and a team that we respect a lot in the Cody Bronx, and one that I think makes both programs better. So we're going to enjoy this one for the weekend, let these guys go on their dates. Let them get some sleep after building floats and looking for spirit sticks and class competitions and all the good stuff that goes on homecoming. So let them get some well-deserved rest, and then we'll go to work on the Cody Bronx.
Awesome. And I have one more question. So I already asked them this question, but how are you going to keep that momentum going for the team for next week?
The big thing that these boys keep hearing from me is stay humble, stay hungry. Stay humble, stay hungry. And again, I don't think that we will struggle with that this week. Boys are going to be hungry to play in Cody, and obviously easy to stay humble when you have someone that we've gone back and forth with so much over the last 10 years. So it's going to be fun. Stay humble, stay hungry.
Awesome. Well, thanks all for your time, and it was a really good homecoming game. Back to you.
Thank you, Amelia Kazare, with the Miles CPA sideline report. That was Coach Young. The three players were Aaliyah Mautauatia, Preston Ross, and also Tate Lawson. Tate with two big field goals, the longer one, a 41-yarder for Tate Lawson, so showed off his leg a little bit tonight.
And also Preston, he missed basically the first month of the year with an injury. Probably didn't know what his status was going to be at some point. You go back to August, he maybe doesn't know when he's going to get to come in. Gets his first touchdown of the season tonight, so I'm sure that felt pretty good for Preston Ross.
Absolutely. So as Coach alluded to, Cody next week, we'll talk about that here in just a sec. But first, how about your Star Valley Skidoo player of the game?
Well, he set the tone. Honestly, he is such a player. You could probably give him this almost every other week or every week. Today, he had 2 receptions for 45 yards, but he set the tone with a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown on the opening kickoff. He took his first punt back, 53 yards for another touchdown, and he went over 1,000 yards receiving for his career with those 2 catches and 45 yards tonight. Our Star Valley Skidoo player of the game tonight is Mr. Cooper Lancaster.
Congratulations, Cooper, the player of the game with Star Valley Skidoo. Top quality products combined with excellent service standards. Visit StarValleySkidoo.com. So Star Valley Cody next week. Both teams are coming into this one undefeated. They're a 1A, 2A in the Wild Preps Coaches and Media Poll in the 3A class. It's been either Star Valley or Cody to win the title for 10 years. it looks like this one, if everything plays out as it has, winner of this game is going to have home field advantage in the postseason.
Yeah, this is one of those games where I guess if you want to play, paperwork or armchair statistician, it's probably going to boil down to home field in the second round of the playoffs if both teams do what they're slated to do. And that right now, that could turn into a road trip to Riverton. And, in the playoffs, anything can happen. And so, but that being said, these two teams with Cody and Star Valley, man, what a great atmosphere. And the Braves have had 2 home games in a row, and you almost get the impression they're anxious to go on this trip, to kind of go on a business trip and be the underdogs and go on the road into hostile territory and see what they can do against the Bronx, who are once again one of the top teams in the whole state.
Absolutely. So we'll be there in Park County. It is an early kickoff time once again. That'll be at 5 o'clock next week. And so tune in early for Star Valley and Cody next week. And that'll be a big one once again as part of the SBI Sports broadcast calendar. That's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you for joining us. Homecoming win for the Braves, 61-0 is your final as we wrap up the Silver Star post-game show. And again, find Silver Star Smart Town Community Wi-Fi that debuts tomorrow in downtown Afton as part of Oktoberfest. You can find the details online at sbinews.com. Free Smart Town Community Wi-Fi is going to be rolled out among multiple communities, but debuts as the pilot town in Afton tomorrow. I'm Duke Dance with Dal Erickson, our producer David Kazare, Amelia Kazare on the sidelines, and a great crew of camera ops. Appreciate Steaton helping us with the scoreboard tonight, and Kenna keeping us on the airways back in the Swift 98 studio. We'll catch you next week in Cody on the SBI Sports Network.